Hello, everybody. For some reason, there we go. Somehow, Grummz has returned to Spirit to Corpse. Thank you for 10 months. Hello, Nightlight Plushy Jesus. First, actually, I have a very fun. I'm gonna rip that off real quick. Before I get too far into it today, Zed's domain. It's DAC domain now, guys. All right, so last stream we looked up. My hair's doing weird stuff. Meh. Last stream sorry, I am in like such a bleh place today. Sounds exactly like yeah, she's eating her food. I just took her outside. Like the bleach. Yeah, thank you. This is one of my favorite just like lounge around the house shirts. Dad domain. God. Thanks, Hassan. Thanks for a meme that I'm sure my community will forget very soon. But I hope Kelly Dean Verity is watching because they sent me, and they even have a cute little, you can see the cute little lamb shop is right there. I love it so much. I love it so much. But they sent me this painting. I'm gonna have to find space for it because I have not opened it. I was going to open it, well, I wanted to open it on stream just to get a live reaction from everybody to show off their work. Oh, it is nicely packed. Oh, that is... Oh my god. Whoa. That is incredible. Holy shit. Oh my god. Look at that painting, everybody. Look at that. Holy shit. That is amazing. I'm going to... Where can I put this? Will it show if it's over there? Alright, I think Paddington might have to take a hike. Oh, that was a smack noise on the computer. I was like, what the fuck was that? Alright, we're gonna... No. Yeah, that is absolutely incredible. I'm gonna leave it back there for now. Night Pleasure Jesus, thank you for the cheers. Fighting Hobbit, thank you for 50 bets. Getting back into Bloody Roar. Someone showed me an anime called Killing Bites. It's violently horny on top of being violent. Fills the gap nicely. With the skimpy werefighters and buckets of gore. 10 out of 10 trash. I highly recommend. That sounds like it's made for me. Night Pleasure Jesus, thank you for also giving 2 tier 1 subbies. No, I love this. I love this so, like, I just put it back there very carefully, but if you're tuning into the stream or if you missed it, go look at it earlier where I held it up to the stream and everything. This is a gift from Kelly Dean Verity, who is the wonderful, amazing artist behind this lamb chop over here on our full screen. The lamb chop you see down in the bottom left is also theirs. Phenomenal artist out of Seattle. I love all of their stuff so much, and they've been such a wonderful supporter of the channel. I cannot thank them enough. I keep all of the like if anybody ever does fan art of me, by the way, I keep all of it. Lately, because a lot of smart people are on Blue Sky, but I've been posting on Instagram my some fan art people have sent me on Blue Sky. Anarchist Tilda Swinton is the sweetest thing. Oh my god, stop it. You're gonna make me blush. I want to show off. Hey, Lane, there you are. You're on my Instagram feed. Along with friend of the show, Viv Lanus. And friend of the show, Fundy Fridays. And friend of the show, Queen Coke Francis. We got so many friends of the show up here. Holy shit. But yeah, if you haven't seen, 2 of my most recent Instagram posts have been people making fan art of me, which is fucking crazy. Hello, dog. Hello, Pooch. She wants to play tug. Okay, we're going to play tug a little bit. Come on. Oh no, she's carrying me away. All right. Ah. Blue Ski is fucking nuts. Blue Ski is crazy work. All right, why is it not pull up? All right, give me 1 second. I'm actually going to shut some stuff down because my computer's running hot. God. There we go. Why are you doing this to me? Do I have a P.O. box? No. Not yet, or not currently. I had one, but I do not have one currently. No, it's not showing my art. All right, well, go to my Instagram and you can see kick-ass fan art and like modeling photo shoots and stuff that I do when I do them. These are from a modeling shoot I did for a friend a little while ago. But yeah, how is everybody else doing? How are we feeling, chat? Mike Lindell episode. James hosted one on Fundy. Oh shit! I'm gonna have to watch that. We love Fundy Fridays in this house. Everybody should go and say hi to Jen and James. I'm always surprised by how many people like watch LeftTube but don't watch their stuff. And I always like in personal conversations and stuff I have with people where they're like, so what other content, like what other stuff do you recommend? I'm always like, go, like they are legitimately two of the nicest people. I'm proud to say I've actually only met pretty nice people in content. Like I have not met anybody that, well, I've met people, but I've never collaborated or recommended or worked with anybody who like set off my bullshit alarm. And I think chief among them being Fundy Fridays. Like Jen and James are every bit as nice and sweet as they appear in their videos. Oh, I think not. I think not. Hilda deck popped off during Commander Day. Hey, awesome. Had 3 of the elementals she creates. Oh, God damn, 1818 is fucking nuts. I say that, but also I had a bonkers Commander game yesterday. Where I played, so chat. All right, so while we're waiting for people to trickle in, before we get to the Grummz expose, I want to talk about one of my new favorite cards, City on Fire, and I want to. So I've been building a deck that is, I've been really struggling to find a beat because my first Judith deck is one of my favorites. I love Judith. I love the Rakdos Cult. I love Ravnica. And I wanted to build a second Judith deck with the Scourge Diva. But I didn't know like what kind of angle to take. And over time, it has evolved into what I'm lovingly calling murder games, which are a series of small mini games that I force other people to play. So I have essentially, and here's the thing. Lady, what are you doing? Stop it. Knocking my camera all over the place. Dang it. I've essentially crafted a series of challenges for the rest of the table that forces them through a jigsaw-esque gauntlet. For example, so Jester's Mask is a fun card that you should look up, by the way, and put into a deck to make it fun for the whole table, and everybody will thank you because nobody's played Jester's Mask in a while. There's another one. What's the other one? Volrath's Dungeon. What y'all know about Volrath's Dungeon? Yeah, Monty the Ogre, you get it. You get it. Deck list? I don't have a deck list. Any player may pay 5 life during his or her turn to destroy this. Choose and discard a card. So you can basically discard a card to make somebody else put a card on top of their library. So the card they'll draw is a card they already have in hand. Now, the fun part about cards like this is that you look at it and you're like, okay, you know what? Any player can pay 5. Yes, that's true. But when you have a deck that is packed full of damage doublers, and in the case of City on Fire, damage triplers. Oh, that's a movie. You suddenly have the ability. I know Descent into Avernus. Yeah, don't worry. I know Descent into Avernus. To force somebody to play a much harder game where somebody is not just taking 5, they are then taking 15 if they want to stop you. So good. I played, oh my god, I got to play Planar Chaos. For those who don't know, I'm putting a bunch of coin flip stuff into here. Planar Chaos, banger of a card. Oh no, you're right. You're Swamp Frog person. You're right. You're right. It doesn't. That one doesn't do it. Other cards do it, however. Like so, Planar Chaos. Where the fuck? Where is that? Yeah, here we go. Planar Chaos. At the beginning of your upkeep, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, Planar Chaos goes bye-bye. But whenever a player plays a spell, flip a coin. If he or she loses the flip, counter that spell. I had Krark the Thumbless out, chat. I had Krark the Thumbless. I popped off with Jeska's Will, copied it. Dark Ritual, copied it. I tried to funnel one of those into a Mana Geyser. It got bumped back to my hand. That's fine. I still got to put out Planar fucking Chaos on top of all of that. Comes 3D, thank you very much for following. Another and finally, if you want the great equalizer, let me tell you about my buddy Maddening Hex, chat. Which again, I want you to picture all of this with either a damage doubler or a damage tripler, because that's how most of these spells end up going down. Where Maddening Hex is a player enchantment. Whenever enchanted player casts a non-creature spell, so again, on a cast trigger, you can, which, by the way, if this and Planar Chaos are out, you can still get this cast trigger and still have a chance, if you flip wrong, to counter your spell. So, worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenario, Planar Chaos and this are out. You have to roll a d6 and flip a coin. And if you roll a 6, you are taking 18 damage. And if you flip the coin wrong, your spell still gets countered. It's peak. It's peak. I'm sorry. It's peak. Yeah, I need to put both of my Judith decks into Scryfall or Moxfield. I did end up putting a couple more of my decks into Moxfield, actually. If people want to go see some of these are not up to date. I need to delete them. But if people want to see my Moxfield stuff, I have. Yeah, I didn't finish putting in backup plans. Blood Celebration is wrong. Costume Party, that's a great one. Dinosaur Vampires, High Seas. I'm just gonna delete High Seas. Mad Science, that's I think that one I've changed to. Old Testament. God, I have not 6 months ago. Yeah. Some of these are just like so completely wrong. Snake Pit. I don't even know what I was putting in that Vraska deck back then. But backup plans, did I finish putting in all the stuff in backup plans? Yeah, okay, I put in all of backup plans. Sick. Yeah, backup plans. This is one of my favorite new decks that I've made. It is. Well, let me see. I think it's pretty cheap. You can probably. Yeah, it's 100 by deck standards. That's really, what's the most expensive card? $142. I ain't paying any $142 for that. Maybe Anzrag isn't that expensive. I don't think. Atalu's probably a couple bucks. probably one of the Garrick's Uprising. Guardian Project is probably one of them. Tribute to the World Tree is probably a couple bucks. I don't think most of these are like that expensive though. Maybe Bow of Nylea, actually, that might be. Bow of Nylea might be a couple bucks. Game of Chaos. Okay, so Game of Chaos. I think I put that one in my deck, or I'm going to. Yes, yeah, I have Game of Chaos. I had to be, so when I first sat down and started putting this Nightmare Jew deck together, I was like, okay, I want to make this as chaotic and dumb as possible. And I had this little card. Lane, if you're still in the chat, you were probably familiar with this from back in the day. This little itty-bitty card called Thieves Auction, you see. I want to see, can I get a bulk edit playtest? Oh, okay, so it's over there. All right, dude. No, Anthrax. Oh, shit, Anthrax is $5. Black Market Tycoon isn't anything. Sorry, I'm going back to backup plans real quick. Well, we'll get to the Grummz stuff in just a second. Atali is $18? Get the fuck out. No fucking way. Eat shit. Fuck off. What? The flip one? Is that the one I put in there? Yeah, I think it is. Hauntwood Shrieker is a couple bucks. Yeah, okay, Railway Brawler is where a lot of that money is. All right, so most of the money is in the creatures, actually. But as you can see, like, most of the stuff, like, I have Tin Street, I'm running a shit ton of Markov Manor cards. This deck is basically Markov Manor, sorry, goddamn, Karlov Manor, Outlaws, and New Capenna, like, crimes and criminals, and then a bunch of Manifest Dread stuff and a bunch of Morph stuff. It is actually really, really fucking fun because it utilizes so many different choice mechanics. It is, so I built the entire deck around the idea of Gruul Stealth, which is, if for those people who know anything about Magic, is a fucking insane thing to say, because Gruul is famously known for just big stompy. Gruul is known for, you make a big thing and you make it bigger and you make it unblockable and fuck everybody else. But there are so many goad cards and there are so many manifest, flip, and morph cards that you are constantly, and here's the fun part. Most people don't play morph cards because they are so expensive to get benefits out of. Same with disguise mechanics from Karlov Manor. But that's what the commander does, is when Roxanne is out and when she attacks, she makes mana rocks that you can tap for 2 next turn. So it's like a perfect, it is, the reason this is called backup plans is because it is literally just a, Jay Thomas, thank you very much. Like, the entire thing is like a heist in how it plays out. Well, no, Lane, Gruul has a lot of subtle themes available. It's not just dumping cards into play. That's unfortunately the way that people play Gruul around me. That's unfortunately the way that that's not the way I play Gruul, because my one other Gruul deck is Werewolves, and so that has also a different kind of tactic to it. Oh, sorry, miss. I just bonked cat on the head. But yeah, and there's some stuff I add just for flavor. I do this, by the way, with all of my fucking decks. They are full of flavor. So like Bounty Board and Ransom Note are all prize fight. Like this thing is one of my favorite new decks because it doesn't have, it is not fucking, here's a Jessica's Will, here's this, here's that. It's like, I sat down to be like, can I make something fun, interesting, and that works? And shockingly, it does okay. Oh shit, Christian Garcia coming from Mercury Stardust charity stream. So far she has gotten $430,000 for young people gender affirming care. That's fucking awesome. Holy shit. Yeah, goddamn Railway Brawler. Railway Brawler is one of those that I was like, ooh, I need to get one of those until I found out how much they actually fucking cost, because Railway Brawler's fucking dumb. Fucking dumb. Stupid card. But very fun. But anyway, in the Chaos deck, sorry, I'm almost done with this, then we'll be talking about Grummz. Thieves Auction. I put down Thieves Auction in my Judith deck, and somebody literally was like, I scoop. And I was like, I had to stop them. I had to be like, what? Hold on. Hey now. What? Why? What's up? And they're like, did you read the fucking text box? Because it's all permanents. Starting with you, each player chooses one of the cards, puts on the battlefield, tapped under their control. All permanents. When you have 4 people and you're 5, even if you're only like 5 or 6 turns into a game, which is like a best case scenario for getting this out at, 6 mana or 7 mana. Railway Brawler's like 10 or $15. Did you just bonk me, cat? This fucking cat. I don't know if you can get on camera. She's right here. She's right here on my chest. But Railway Brawler is one of those that I traded somebody else for. Ugh. Secret Synth, now I love the Magic content. I'm glad. No, I can't read. I told you, I don't have... Gruul is not a... It bums me out that Gruul doesn't, like, offer more to me. Storm over Korean, thank you so much for 10 months. Goodness gracious. It bums me out that Gruul doesn't offer more for me because there are a lot of cards that I would like to try in Gruul and a lot of tactics. I would like to do Gruul Elves at some point just because I think that's fucking cool. But... it's just elves, except worse. It would just be elves, except slightly more fuck you, which elves already have. I built a Selesnya elf deck that I'm trying to sell because it's like technically a fine elf deck. And it has fucking Marwyn. It has, like it has all the elf staples really in Selesnya, and it's just it's a truly brain dead playing experience for me, and it's just, like that's just not fun for me. I would rather have. So chat, let me turn you on to game real quick. Right, one. If y'all want, by the way, a deck that if you play Magic, you're trying to get into Magic, you're trying to get into Commander, and you're like, you know what, I want to put together a deck that's interesting. I want to put together something that is unique, that everybody at the table will walk away from being like, damn, even if they lost, damn, that was a fun game. That was a close game. That was an interesting game. Let me turn you on to game about mono black elves, chat. Let me turn you on to game about Marlin of the Morn Song. And walk with me here. Because the first line of text is players can't draw cards. But before you go, hey, hold on now. I hear you. I hear you. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, tutors for a card, then shuffles his or her library. Now, the fun part about this is that you might think, okay, well, this is obviously people are just going to pop off with whatever combos they have. Yes, if you're at a shithead table. But the fun part is that you can easily, if you get Marlin out on turn 3, you start tutoring for stuff that gives you more mana, gives you more cards, Vampiric Rights or what, or not Vampiric Rights, the other one. The one where you reveal the top card of your library and you can play that this turn. Let me also then turn you on to a game about my favorite friend. Buddy, little guy, pal, my chum. My good time boy. That is my favorite thing to play with Marlin. As you go turn 4 or 5, you let everybody kind of get... Here's the fun part, is I put down Marlin. The rest of the table usually... I've played Marlin like 5 or 6 times now. The rest of the table is usually like, oh, okay, it looks like an old elf card, whatever. And you put down Marlin, turn... I usually go turn 5 or 6, depending on how good like my hands are, what cards I got on the board. And then I just say to the table, players can't draw cards. Funniest part is watching people's reactions, because they're just like, the fuck you mean I can't draw a card? But, okay. Sweet little baby boy. Just my bouncing baby lad, Doomsday Excruciator. Because you think to yourself, you think, okay, well, other people are gonna, like, they're just gonna fuck me up if they could just tutor for all their combos or tutor for all their biggest creatures and put them out. Not the case. Here's the fun part about this. Is that, first off, mono black elves are basically discard tribal. So you're making other people discard a lot. Second off, when you play Doomsday Excruciator, when Doomsday Excruciator enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of their library face down. So everybody suddenly only has 6 cards to tutor from, and it's not going into your graveyard. They're exiled from the game. That's it. If you want to do a unique, fun game, do this, then pop out like another card I have in there. Pop out some of this nonsense. Pop out a Lord of the Void. Hell yeah. Now you're fucking playing Magic. When Lord of the Void attacks, exile the top 7 cards of a player's library. What 7 cards? That's it. They're out of the game. Deals combat damage to a player. Exile the top 7 cards. This is good Magic right here, chat. This is good Magic. Oh, that's that good. Anyway, Marlin of the Mornsong, mono black elf demons. Another one of my sweet babies. Mitos y Leyendas. It was a trading card game here in Mexico and Latin America. They used historic people, myths, and legends from here and all over the world. I've never heard of that, but that sounds rad. I'm so sorry. So Miss is sitting, if you're wondering, like, oh my gosh, what is that lady? She sounds like she's in pain. If you're wondering why, it's because Miss is sitting on my lap and lady is unhappy. Do y'all hear this right now? Do y'all hear this? Fighting Hobbit, thank you for 50 bits. Storm over Gren. Me looking at Galta that I choose because I like mono green Stompy, then looking at that horrible nightmare combo you just dropped on my face. Oh, no. See, if we want to talk Galta, I got you. Let me turn you on to game. Dog. About when I say green-white vampires, you say, what? When I say Galta and Mavrin, you say vampire dinosaurs? And don't let the 7-drop cost fool you, because when you pack in another Galta, Whenever you attack, choose one. Create a tapped and attacking XX green dinosaur token with trample, where X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures. So, what you could technically do, and I have done it multiple times, is say you get a token doubler. Ah, gosh, if only there were multiple token doublers in white and or green, like Anointed Procession. Or just for the sake of argument, say that you have Anointed Procession and Doubling Season or something like that. Then you are making just 12/12s. You're just making 12/12s. You're just fucking making 12/12s. That's yeah. Yeah, and Green Ramp makes this fucking here's the thing. It's either go tall, go wide, or both. That's the fun part about Galta and Maverick, because you can also create X/1/1 white vampire creature tokens, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. So, say one turn, you make two more 12/12s. Then you have 4 creatures. Next turn, you make 4 1/1 vampires. Except, you have a token doubler, so you're going to make 8 1/1 vampires. Each of them have lifelink, and oh my gosh, maybe they have a Vanquisher's banner too, so they're actually like 8 2/2 vampires with lifelink. Ah, shucks. Who would do such a thing? Who's to say? Man. All right, chat. Anyway, we've fuffed around. We've fuffed around a bit. You might be making 12/12s. I'm leaving the table. Vampire dinosaur sounds like Cash Money. It's fun. It's fun. It is always fun to put down. Oh no, hang on. Okay, I have a bid that I'm trying to win on eBay. It's always fun when I sit down at a table with people who don't know me from my LGS, and I'm like, okay, because people are like, oh, you know what, Duck? I got fucking whoever the hell. I got whoever the hell, and I'm like, okay, I got mono red vampires. They're like, oh wow, I didn't know that was a thing. And I was like, I got blue black vampires. I got white green vampires. I have red white vampires. You choose. Vampire typal talk is draining. Not for me. This is why we bully the green players. I don't play green that much. Oh, just saw a screenshot. Okay, so we're gonna start by watching this video and then talking, because I have saved all of my reactions, chat, for you. I'm going in with fresh eyes. Oh, I did see that I'm the most persecuted game dev in history. Like, Grummz, Mark, buddy, you have to be a game developer to do that. Oh, mono blue Meogen of Cryptic Dreams. Now that's gross. Big fan of the work. You can skip to the 13-minute mark. Oh, thank you. I wanna watch the whole thing. I need to take it in as good as I can. And we're gonna go here while I'm watching.
One of the leading thought lords of the reactionary right wing is more of a freak than you, I, we, anyone could actually imagine. This all comes with receipts. This is all grounded in facts. This is all quite legally safe.
Yeah, the part one is wild to me.
Away quickly, because I know the person I'm going to be talking about is the kind of person to scream that he's being doxxed, cancelled, and threaten lawyers. This all started from a historic data breach, which isn't actually like quite a safe way to get into this, but when I corroborated it with other sources, I found out that this was just sitting out in the open for anyone to find who knew exactly where to look for a name, a registered company. And then you start pulling on a string and pulling on another string and another string, and you find out that this goes deeper than you would think. Don't worry, Mark. I'm not going to show any more than I have to. You and your family will not be identified. This is not doxing in a meaningful sense that you're going to talk about. This is
that you're going to talk about, oh, you fucking read that. Oh, that's good.
By the way, don't reuse passwords for shit like this, especially if you're trying to make 2 separate personas with different names that you're gonna LARP as for 20 plus years. If you're a 40-year-old man at the time and 60-plus-year-old now, you've done that. I can establish that. But don't. That's advice for anyone else looking to start up a separate online persona in the future. Use a completely separate email with a completely separate password. It might actually prevent this. Don't use the same lawyers.
No, Brutus.
Either, actually.
I think you're thinking about
register your company. There's so many steps that.
You're thinking about. Oh, MLYP, you're in the chat. Writing part 2 script right now. This is good so far. I mean, we're only a minute and a half in, but guy uses the Lolly VTube avatar. No, that's fucking, what's that freak's name? Rev says Desu. That's Rev, not Mark Kern. Although Mark Kern does have a, like, his stupid little thing is a like it's not lolly, but it's like a little chibi thing.
It's just all come unraveled with publicly accessible information. Also, don't use your real name to register these emails. Your real name's out there on this historical information.
Thank you, Jay Thomas. I'm technically always playing Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm always in the middle of a game.
Never forgets is the phrase I summarize.
Yeah, the maid avatar, that stupid fucking thing.
The internet will never let go. The internet remembers everything that you have done, everything that you have purchased, everything that you have registered. Somewhere deep down until that drive stops spinning, the internet will know, and now we have found it. Some of this, like, disgusting onanist defenders are going to immediately reject the video based on how many subscribers and followers I have, and I don't care. I am a podcaster. I have a normal job. Consider getting one of those before you start trying to swing at me. Most of you are on Twitter for 15 hours a day arguing over whether Yasuke is too woke. Statistically, you don't know me. I know this, you know this, we know this. By the time this finishes, you're going to know me, and that's fine. It's nice to meet you. My name's MLYP. Pause the video, grab a drink. We're going to be here for a while. I want you walking away from this video bemused at the idea that there's a 60-year-old man out there who has a maid outfit wearing VTuber as his public-facing persona, who abuses his parents' goodwill to front up LLC companies so that he can avoid California taxation law, while also trying to drive gamer culture further to the right because he thinks things are just a little too woke for him these days, and his little 60-year-old brain can't handle it. There's a reason I'm showing my face on camera today. There's a reason that I'm not hiding behind an avatar like I normally do. I am better than him. This is just one of the ways. I'm better than him in every way that fucking matters, to be honest, like on a moral level, on a conceptual level, on a how I earn my money level. I am better than this man, and I don't care that you think otherwise. I know this in my belief system and his. I am better. I am going to keep saying that this is very findable information. I am going to keep saying that this is all legally accessible information. This is not being doxxed. This is not being cancelled.
So, really quick,
I'm going to address that again. And
I understand so much about this already because so many of these ideas, like so much of the phrasing and framing here is reminiscent of how I'm feeling about Brianna Wu right about now. I've spent the last over a month now on this Brianna Wu piece, and chat, let me tell you, I think everybody's patience is gonna pay the fuck off, because the last 2 days alone, and I have 2 other people I'm talking to, but the last 2 days alone, I have gotten stuff that is going to be like seismic when the video comes out. So I know the vibe. Like as I'm listening to this, I'm like, yeah, I know this, like this feeling of animus towards somebody that technically should be like is the subject of your like journalistic due diligence, but you also come to know them so much through their actions that you just can't help but detest them.
Again, just to hammer the point home, because the target of this video is going to come with lawyers, or this target of this video is going to come and try and whip up a screaming mob that he's been cancelled and send a harassment campaign my way and other people's way. This is part of what he does. None of this is secret information that you are legally allowed privacy over. This is part of public California state record. I will not be revealing addresses. I will not be revealing full emails. I can assure you they match, Mark. You are just going to have to trust me.
Banana Brains, yes, I did.
I know it. And everyone else will know it. The fact that you're out there deleting things rapidly when you got a hint that people knew about this kind of proves that it's you. And that's what actually matters deep down. In your bones, you know what's about to come out. These same emails that I'm referring to that were in that data breach earlier have been publicly posted by you in multiple places across multiple whois records. That's a key and public-facing part of internet structure. That is not doxing. That is all right here when you check DNS and whois records. That will never go away. That is part of what you have put out into the internet. If I type your name into a specific search engine, I can see exactly what websites you've registered going all the way back to about 1996. There is very public LLC information with your family's name, and I'll get to why it's your family's name and not yours on these LLCs in due time. I haven't stolen any private information. I have not illegally accessed any information. This is a case of finding one little string of public information you have left out, and now the whole fucking cards is coming down on you. You are welcome to scream at Hell yeah. I will say this once again. This is publicly accessible information that you have posted on the internet and have left it out there for me to talk about. I'm leaning in to make a point because I want you odious little goblin of a man, to really beat this into your thick skull. This is the digital equivalent of a phone book. This is the digital equivalent of me picking up the Yellow Pages, which you are old enough to distinctly remember. I know that you're 60 plus years old. And noticing that two separate people have the exact same phone number and going, wonder what that's about. Asking around and realizing that those two people are the same person. They've just got two names for some reason. I wonder why that is.
Again, very weird, very weird. Would you believe that Brianna Wu has something very similar? A couple things very similar, actually. RDY2810, thank you for $4.99. Am I the only one who thinks it's funny that Grummz is one letter away from being Grimmz because he is a grime? I wish I saw the world with as much whimsy as you do. Is my answer.
Clouds approaching.
I really want you to understand that we know. You've gone around to try and delete everything. You are rapidly deleting every public piece of this persona. It's been archived. We've got it saved. You're good. This video will be going up in places other than YouTube. I am under no illusions that you're not going to try and get this taken down through some kind of spurious DMCA claim or something similar.
All right, how's
the internet
that
will
for
never forget.
audio?
It will be elsewhere. It will be publicly disseminated. People will know. I've also consulted with a lawyer. We're good. We're in the clear, legally.
Smart.
Why don't I just get to the point instead of being cryptic? Now I have to sit back because Mark Kern, aka Grummz, has been coasting on the success of his one or two actual highlights of his career. The rest is a sad tale of an old man desperately clinging to relevance. He's worked as an associate producer on StarCraft, the producer on Diablo 2, and was a team lead in World of Warcraft. I'm not going to dispute or deny the fact that he worked on these titles. That's documented. He's in the credits. I find it fascinating that he's barely ever mentioned by former co-workers in a positive light, and that's fascinating, isn't it? Fascinating to think about. Since leaving Blizzard, he has been coasting on that success and to build clout in the reactionary online space, joining Gamergate 1 before leaving because he was too transphobic at the time. He continued coasting off the back of this and used the petition to bring classic WoW back and use that to leverage it into even more clout. That's another one of his big career highlights. He organizes harassment campaigns against developers that he thinks are doing things a little too wokely, and by a little too wokely, I mean doing it while being too much of a woman or being maybe too brown for his tastes. I keep saying he's coasting, and he's fucking coasting. Our boy Mark Edward Kern has been nothing but a failure since leaving Blizzard Entertainment in 2005, reduced to tweeting 100 times a day that Assassin's Creed Shadows is too woke because they've taken a historical figure and embellished certain portions of their life in a game that's never been about historical accuracy to begin with. He keeps saying that he's winning the war on the woke mind virus, and this is the year that we will actually defeat wokeness in video games.
It's
all the
so
while he's
another
just
thing.
beating
All
his
right,
meat
sorry,
over-
I'm not. I know I keep pausing it, and people want to watch the thing, and I will. And thus far, I do want to say, MLYP, if you are still in the chat, this is very well written. Very, very good job on this so far. But it's so maybe not fortuitous, because I spent a couple hours the other day actually writing a script on this Gamergate 2, this loose assortment of a movement basically being dead now after Assassin's Creed Shadows has come out. Their little over a year excursion. I talked about this a while ago, but like Shadows was kind of what all this shit was leading to, and it had like Gamergate 2 had no demonstrable effect on it or its sales or anything else. Like, in fact, they probably like Streisand affected it a little bit and called more attention to it. So the idea that there's all this shit now that I have to take into account as well to put on top of that video is I'm glad this came out now instead of after I went through all the fucking rigmarole and effort of having to make a video on Gamergate 2 already. But yes, continue.
From Stellar Blade. He's never actually played Stellar Blade, by the way. Before you try and chime in about Assassin's Creed, by the way, your parents don't love you. It's a genuinely fun and interesting fact that since leaving Blizzard, Mark Kern has never released a successful game. In 2005, he co-founded a studio called Red 5 with 3 other former Blizzard employees. He played a significant role in that development and was made CEO in 2008. If you know anything about Mark, if you've heard of like a little bit of him before, you will understand that he has allegations of overspending and promotional campaigns for Firefall. You've heard of the Firefall bus? That was made by West Coast Customs. You know what West Coast Customs is, you've been online. That shit cost $3 million. He purchased not 1, not 2, but 3 red epic dragons for his Red 5 Studios. This is a video production arm that's completely unnecessary for a video game developer, and my rough calculation is that including inflation, that is 40 to 50 grand per camera in modern day money. 150 grand on cameras that are not fucking needed. You don't need to shoot 4K footage in 2013 to document your video game. Red 5 employees describe Mark Kern as being prone to extended absences and having erratic, impulsive, and very disruptive leadership styles. Anyway, Firefall was an absolute flop because Mark Kern doesn't actually know how to make games at all. I don't think it's particularly controversial to hold the opinion that World of Warcraft succeeded despite this guy and all the time he did spend on his little side projects. Again, I have receipts for this. Anyway, in 2013, Mark was removed as CEO from Red 5 by the board of directors of the company. Let's start the scamming people out of their money counter, shall we? Kern founded the studio MEK Entertainment in 2014. He raised $1 million in seed funding for an Oculus Rift MMO. Guess what happened? You've got 3 attempts. Correct, he ran with the money. The game never existed. You know what did exist is a tax bill from the state of California for over $250,000 for 3 years that he never paid his taxes. And now they have a publicly viewable
Fucking
lien
tax
against
bills.
him for this.
Let's
This didn't
go.
stop him from founding another company called Crixer Labs. He's not the owner on paper, though. That's actually a completely different
This
family
is
member,
exactly
which
the
I
kind
will
of
get
shit
to.
that's in the
Mark,
Brianna
or
video.
whatever little
Or
pervert
so
foot soldier
far.
of his that's watching this. This is all publicly accessible information from the Secretary of State in California. This is all part of the Chamber of Commerce. This is all public register that will be kept on file until long after you are dust. Anyway, with Crixer Lab now up and running, he obviously got the itch again, and in 2016, he started crowdfunding a game called Ember, a spiritual successor to Firefall. He can't let that one go. That is his baby. He did an interview with a YouTuber in 2024 claiming about...
Chat, Ember, it's supposed to be Ember. It's EM8ER. There is no B sound at all. Grummz. I realize this is really fucking far down the priority list of dumb shit Grummz has said and or done. But there's no B sound in the letter 8. The fuck are you doing, dude? Emater is what it should say. Emater. This is fucking dumber than that time the Fantastic Four reboot was basically called Fan Four Sick. Again, I understand. Very small point. Immaterial to the matter at hand. However, what are we doing? What are you doing here? Like you couldn't come up with something better. There's an NTR BBC game made to mock the game. What does that mean? NTR BBC, like the news corporation? NTR. What is it? NTR BBC? Now I need to know what those words mean. But the 8 looks like a B, like boobs. Ugh. You're talking about Homestuck. You're talking my girlfriend's language, not me. I don't know about no Homestuck. My girlfriend used to do Homestuck cosplay though. Be right back, chat. An adult category, short for Netarare.
600K has been raised so
the
far
porn
for
game.
Ember.
Yeah, I've seen
Guess
that.
where that shit is? It's DOA. There's no meaningful updates for any actual length of time. It's very haphazard. It's very obvious that he's neglecting this for his Twitter rants. It's a Discord purged of dissent and a subreddit full of people disappointed that he's gone down this absurd little culture war path. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty weeds for hours explaining what an awful game this is. There's other YouTubers that have. It's on the screen. Just look at it. Our boy is planning to fundraise more, and he's calling this.
I don't know if you meant to do that, MLYP, but the wordplay on Culture Warpath, magnifique. I tip my cap to you. That's good shit. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Culture Warpath, fucking spitting. Let's go.
Just a vertical slice, and he wants to do a Kickstarter one day. I've seen more coherent games out of weekend-long game jams. It's not slanderous, libelous, or any other kind of word to say that this man, Mark Edward Kern, head developer of Crixer Labs, is basically scamming people out of their money. It took him months to texture 3 models and give them each 3 frames of attack animation. There is no meaningful work being done on this game outside of reposting old AI-generated art, old commissioned art, and reposting old models that he had made 10 years ago. This man, all he does is log into the Discord, post, "This will be a great year for Ember," log off, start posting on Twitter while he deletes his old website and removes the ability to unsubscribe to long-suffering backers. There are people in there who are afraid that they're going to die before this game comes out, and they're desperate for just a taste of Firefall once again. And all he does is ignore them.
bleak.
You might be wondering if this guy doesn't work on his game and all he does is post. Again, it took him 6 months to texture a fucking model. What does he do? And he had other business ventures, and he had them for a very long time.
No, it actually,
What I have
people are talking in
in
chat
my
about how
hands
Grummz
is-
probably thinks M8R is like a cool name because he talks like a teenager. It makes sense that he and Elon would like become like kindred spirits, and that Elon would follow him and interact with this sad, pathetic loser, because like they are cut from a similar cloth of wanting to be cool, of wanting to be like, wanting to appear younger than they. It's almost this. It's something I'm noticing more in these kind of online nerd spaces where it's this like. I guess it's just like the modern equivalent of midlife crisis, where so many people want to retain that youth. They want to still be cool in these online spaces where they have a semblance of anonymity, or at least that like disambiguation from their physical presence and physical self. Because you can't fucking go, Mark Kern, Elon Musk, divorced from their internet personas, they can't go to like a college bar, right, and be like, "Hey, fellow kids, what's up?" But they can go on, Reddit or 4chan or wherever the fuck they go and talk to all the angry kids about how, the woke stuff is ruining your games, and they can be fucking looked up to by people who also have no life. And I don't know. I think that's very, very interesting, if not deranged. They wish to be cool 13-year-olds. Yeah. 2 toddlers saying yeah to each other.
Probably the most complete biography of Mark Edward Kern, aka Grummz, that you're ever going to get. So, Mark isn't 100% into the game dev and culture war life. No, he has other side projects. There's objective proof of companies he has registered and deregistered, websites that he has worked
Graham
on,
behavior.
money that he has taken
I
from
think
people for these other projects
Graham
under
Linehan
other
is
names,
more
but it all
in that
comes
like
back
kind of
to him.
crash out
Once
style
again,
of...
this is publicly accessible information. When he found out people were looking for this, he's deleted the LinkedIn, Instagram, DeviantArt, clips for sale. Twitter account, every public-facing piece of information that we can find has now been deleted. While you, Mark Edward Kern, were beating your meat raw over anime children's navels, we were finding out more about you than anyone should. Draw your blade, pervert. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what I'm calling the Guna Nomicon. Now, this isn't a magic book full of spells that you can only cast one-handed. This is a documentation of Mark Edward Kern, the first in a series of some of the worst onanists, some of the worst masturbators in the gaming sphere, who are trying to mold and manipulate gaming culture to return to a time when they were 12 years old and all they had in life to look forward to is extra cheese sticks and a woman in a bikini. It will become pretty obvious that these men just think with their erections. People forget that hating is an inherently valuable form of critical thinking. I have learned tens of thousands of facts via hating. If you are truly hating, you will take all the time you need to learn everything about the subject you are hating on just to hate better, deeper, efficiently, effectively. This is a law of nature. This is a law of hating. The only thing that stopped this from coming out earlier is no one has been motivated enough to pay a data aggregator $11, and there are multiple data aggregators that have this information just sitting out there in the open. The story here is that Grummz is a man who has aggressively pursued his personal interests at great cost to his family and his career. The biggest crime here is that anime babes with huge bazongas are his main interest. Actually, no, that's not the biggest crime. It's tax fraud. We'll get there. All of these points are archived in the description with source links. In 1968, Grummz comes into the world. Mark Edward Kern.
Thank you,
He's a former video game executive. 1992, he gets his bachelor's degree in cognitive science from the University of Rochester. He eventually gets his doctorate from Boston University School of Law with a specialization in IP. He goes on to found Qualia Games in Boston, developing a top-down 2D shooter called Crixer. This is with Blizzard's backing, and he loves the name Crixer. Crixer is eventually cancelled by Blizzard, they do pull the funding, and Qualia shuts down. There's not enough money to pay the payroll. Blizzard used this as a way to get some talent, and Mark is unfortunately the only one to take them up on that offer. He eventually moves on to a role at Blizzard. He serves as an associate producer for StarCraft, works on StarCraft 64 and Diablo 2 as a producer. He's in the credits. I'm not going to dispute the fact that he worked on these games. This is part of his career. March 27th, 2001, FoxyFighter.com is purchased by Mark Kern. Ignore the country of France. That is where Gandhi SAS is located. They are a French company, but Mark Kern is the registrant. Now, Mark Kern isn't a unique name, but there's later information that basically proves that this is him. Now, what is FoxyFighter.com? To put it as simply as possible, FoxyFighter.com is sexy catfight hentai. It is a website run by a persona called Debbie Chan. But Debbie Chan is Mark. And that's underselling it.
I love the 70s porn
He
music
has, over the course of 20 plus years, collected a variety of live action catfights, drawn hentai catfights, quite a bit of run-of-the-mill porn. However, there are multiple stories where his persona, Debbie, violently sexually abuses women.
What?
It's been scrubbed at this point. As soon as Grummz got a sniff that people were investigating this, he ripped down as much as he could. Unfortunately, we archived most of it.
Unfortunately.
The email addresses that we found
unfortunately for him, you mean?
Searching a
unfortunately
database,
for the rest of the world, too.
Database of dumped passwords and email addresses, we found a Foxy Fighter email sharing the same password as Mark Kern's email.
Look, every day I'm glad being a quote-unquote public figure now on the internet. Every day I'm glad that there is nothing that is this insane or ridiculous, or most importantly, for somebody who's been helping to lead harassment campaigns against Alyssa Mercante, or at the very least doing nothing to stop them, and kind of just through omission allowing them to continue and egging them on, essentially. This is, tax fraud is one thing. And one thing that we're going to get to, I'm not writing that off, but the amount of hypocrisy here. And not just hypocrisy, but there's the 16-year-old girl thing, like 16-year-old little girl or whatever the fuck, that they will get to in the video. There's the LARPing as a woman online thing. There's the, like, aggressive sexual stuff that is, like, there's just so many things about it that are kind of just twisted in a way. And every fucking day, I am so glad. I'm so glad that any crazy shit I have in my past is nowhere, like, is something that I don't think any of the hundreds of people watching right now, I don't think anybody would be fucking surprised. Like, there's not a thing in my past that my audience, if somebody was like, hey, did you know Dead Domain, that they have an OnlyFans? Like, everybody would be like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Like if somebody were to be like, hey, did you know that at certain points Dead Domain was in, like, DMs with people who make porn? It's like, yeah, like, that's not surprising. It's like, it's not weird porn, it's just porn. Like, I'm just so, it's so good. It's so good to be not a total fucking weirdo freak, you know? I just need to share that. Yeah, no, it literally is, like, that's what, the one funny part is, because we've had experience in here with people, like, trying to harass me, and people, after the Synthman video came out, his little, weirdo followers, like, tried to, like, get information on me. They tried to, like, you know, get a dossier of fucking, what was it? Like, they tried to basically find scoops on me. They tried to, like, dig into my history and find out, I'm getting into, like, my snake voice, like, deep shit about me. And the best they could fucking do, the thing that they were like, because I went and I looked at some of the, I have people who, like, watch forums and shit in case they say anything, like, dangerous or legally actionable. Yeah, did you see Dead Domain doesn't say good morning? The best they could do was, like, grass, and it's actually, so the reason I remember this is because somebody sent it to me on Twitter. Somebody had shared one of my posts. I don't remember which one, but they had quote tweeted it with a picture of, like, you know, one of those, like when you have a sexual criminal or a sexual assaulter, like, that moves into your area, or, you know, like, something like that. But it, A, was very obviously not me. B, was a person like 5 years older than me. C, doesn't look anything like me. D, did not have my same legal name. And E, lives somewhere else entirely. However, the closest they could find to getting dirt on me was this person who had my first name. Is, like, the most that they were like, haha, gotcha. And, like, that's so, it's just, it feels good, chat. You know, it feels good to not be a fucking weirdo freak like this. Another thing that I'm sure Elon Musk also has, another reason why he and fucking Grummz are probably boozing buddies, is that they both are just fucking weirdos who act like everybody else is the weirdo. I'm an elder then. I play Monster Hunter without equipping charms. Oof, yeah, gross. Gross. Couldn't be me playing Monster Hunter. Ah!
Fascinating, huh? We also found this one.
Gunnernomicon is great.
I'm just leaving that out there. Moving on. July 21st, 2001 is the earliest capture of foxyfighters.com.
Oh, no, that's what it was. That's what it was. Hang on. Just leaving it out there. The words are too small. I'm trying to read them as they're going by. Passwords. Oh, that's what that is. Jesus. So for those who can't see, because it is microscopic, and you can go check out, please do go, by the way, give views and stuff to MLYP, or at the very least go subscribe, because this is just great journalism. MLYP Go sub. These passwords here that I'm assuming this means they've been reused for different things. It is pretty underscore little underscore girl underscore 16 was Mark Kern's password. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. Under the prison. Fucking... Check his hard drive. Check that hard drive. That's fucking... That is one of those things that spirals the more you think about it. Like when you put him in the context of like all the times he's like shared and or liked like basically lolly or very close to lolly shit. Again, as a 60-year-old fucking man. Not that like being younger excuses it by any fucking metric. God damn, that's fucking... What a vile piece of shit.
Foxyfighters.com. On February 28, 2002, Debbie wins second place in the third Seeking Femme Fights story competition, so he is actively making this stuff. And on March 24, 2003, we get RussianCatFights.com. This is another site owned by Mark. He confirms it on a Twitter post. March 22nd, 2004,
Latina cat
we get an
fights?
archive of Latina cat fights. This is also owned by Mark. June 28, 2004, access to Foxy Fighter goes for about $10 a month. Posts are stories and drawn artwork. November 13, 2004, World of Warcraft releases. This is effectively the pinnacle of Mark's career. He's credited as team lead. He says he works on drafting the TOS in ULA and does licensing with China. He leaves Blizzard shortly afterwards. He says he's going to go and be with some family. So I don't blame him. Like, that was a very hard process, even if he was apparently a bit of a shithead. Look, no one's spoken about him in a good light at Blizzard, really. Like, not in a way that I think a team lead should in this role. Very shortly afterwards, him and a few other Blizzard employees found Red 5 Studios. So he obviously had a couple of friends who wanted to work with him, but he's not really mentioned in a lot of these retrospective books. It's real fascinating. June 15th, 2005, RussianCatFights.com is closed due to changes in US law. And on August 18th, 2005, LatinaCatFights.com is closed to the same changes. So I don't want to point out that this is anything egregiously sinister. This was a change that was required in the porn industry to have verified records of the performers. Before this law, those records were not kept.
Good. I mean, not that they weren't kept, that they got
some problems. People were stealing breast milk from the fridge. This is attributed to Mark. People call him the breast milk bandit. He wasn't working there at the time, and he's not the breast milk bandit.
Aww.
It's funny to think he is. Please keep doing it. It's very funny. But we found dozens of breast milk photos on foxyfighter.com, so smoke this fire, huh, Mark? October 17th, 2008, as forum admin on freecatfights.com, Debbie recommends a Japanese breast milking series to another forum member and reveals that he owned latinacatfights.com. Now, you might notice that this is forum admin with a Batman avatar. This was scrubbed about a day ago. But this is him. April 23rd, 2009, Red 5 lays off 30 people. Reports of a studio purchase emerge. March 10th, 2010, that studio purchase comes through. A company called The Nine announces acquisition of Red 5 Studios, and Grummz becomes CEO. May 19th, 2010, Grummz buys a Leica S2 and a 70mm lens from OC Camera. Now, I bring this up because we match metadata from some of the live-action photos on Foxy Fighter to this exact camera and lens types that we know he owns. September 3rd, 2010, Red 5 announces Firefall at PAX. September 20th, 2011, he goes and advertises foxyfighter.com and freecatfights.com on r/comics, which probably not the best place to do it, but doesn't even get a single piece of engagement. That's kind of sad. Come on, man, you're better posted than this. Even I can admit that, but dog. March 7th, 2011, he asks for models to star in fighting videos, so he's starting to move into the live action space at this point. And March 21st, 2011, model Megan Renee posts, "I adore you, Mark," on his Model Mayhem profile. And that's his Model Mayhem profile, Studio Foxy Fighter. You see that little boxing glove image up the top right next to his profile? That one is an exact match to a camera lens I know he owns and a camera that he owns. Just a thought. October 5th, 2011, an IGN interview mentions Firefall will release soon.
This is like
and
shocking. Like
video.
Again, all of this stuff, they were right to talk about how all of this stuff is just readily available, because this is shockingly bad OPSEC for somebody just like apparently trying to keep the life that they had separate.
Of Randy Moore and Kimberly Jane. In January 18th, 2012, Red 5 skips E3 to protest SOPA. Mark is really big on hating SOPA, and he skips it and donates 50 grand, which was their E3 fund, to found the League for Gamers instead. League for Gamers is ostensibly a non-profit founded by Mark Kern. They style themselves as an advocacy group for video games, consumer-centric versus industry-focused. They represent the gamer. Red 5 paid this charity $50,000. He wired himself 50 grand from his slowly failing game studio, which I'm guessing is all that was left in the couch cushions at this point. Never logged the transaction with the state of California.
I am like, again, the more I fucking hear about this shit, I'm not going to be surprised if part 2 tells me that Mark Kern is actually somehow Brianna Wu. This is all shit that Brianna has done too, which, by the way, and also fucking far worse. And also, I also have plenty of fucking proof for what I'm saying. I'm not just throwing this out there. But it's just, it's crazy how even people who are so diametrically opposed, or purportedly, technically, like assholes still just running packs. That's fucking wild. That's wild. God damn.
It should be logged. It's not in the logs where we're checking. We can see other logs, but it's not there. He then waits for California to dissolve the non-profit, then started a for-profit Delaware Corp with the same name. That's bad. Why was this allowed? Is this all above board tax-wise? I'm sure the California AG would love to know about this and the rest of your tax dodges. June 6, 2012, Grummz offers his opinion on the Leica S2 and Nikon D3S, mentions using them for the last 2 years. This is, again, just here as an aside, he used these cameras and 100% owned them. They are a match for Foxy Fighter's content in the unscrubbed metadata. July 4th, 2013, you remember the Firefall bus? Well, that's shown at Anime Expo LA. July 9th, 2013, Firefall finally enters open beta. They are rapidly running out of money though, that's gonna become obvious. December 19th, 2013, he gets removed as CEO, they vote him out. July 29th, 2014, Firefall finally releases. September 22nd, 2014, Mark is after his next venture. He has made MEK Entertainment, Mark Edward Kern Entertainment. It is in Aliso Viejo, which is where everything that he does is based. They are an indie game company looking to leverage the blockchain, maybe, 10 years too early for that hype, but I respect the forward-facing vision.
Yeah, sure.
MEKentertainment.com launches at this point. They are registered to MEK Entertainment Inc. However, looking at those business entries, it looks like he never actually registered it as a company called MEK Entertainment. The game from the seed funding never really materializes. He gets ousted from MEK Entertainment and they go on to make a game called Voxel Noughts, but Mark never really does anything with his money, and we'll get to some allegations about that money later on. June 17th, 2015, Grummz announces that he's joining Gamergate. You know, he's mad. He's always mad. He's mad and he's horny. July 7th, 2015, DB Chan LLC is registered. Mark Kern's mother is the registered CEO. And imagine having your mother being the CEO of your porn company. Come on, man. Have some pride. August 8th, 2015,
even in
MK
porn,
Entertainment
have some
changes
pride
to
in your...
Retro
You're right.
Ronin
You're
Inc.,
absolutely right.
which is a site about voxelnauts. No Mark. Mark is no longer working for Retro Ronin. And on September 14th, 2015, Crixa Labs LLC is registered. This is the same address as DB-Chan LLC. Interesting. My question here is why? It seems legally sketchy to register two LLCs under your 80-year-old mum's name. My working theory is that this is a tax shelter and it allows him to report that he earns zero or less than the personal income required to be taxable by law, and then he can report any additional earnings to his LLCs. He can then write taxes down by saying his revenue did not exceed his annual expenses. He can say his business spent more than they earned, not pay a dime on the money. This is classic tax fraud. Again, California AG would love to have this information. October 19th, 2015.
I'm curious if this,
Debbie
this
floats
has
the
to be
idea
getting
of creating
forwarded
an
to the...
online
God, what if he goes to prison over
like
this?
the thing for Mark to do.
Oh.
November 2nd, 2015, the Patreon for Foxy Fighters is launched. It maxes out at $57 a month and it's eventually paused in 2020.
Ooh, that's...
November 16th, 2015, Cameroon Wildebeest is a prolific artist working in the catfight scene. They've passed away. His hard drive is too damaged to recover and a terabyte of catfight art is lost forever. November 20th, 2015, Mark's wife disappears from social media as far as we can tell at this point. Until then, she'd been quite a big cheerleader for him in the online space. So, just kind of putting it in here as a marker, really. December 9th, 2015, he leaves Gamergate after being kind of too transphobic. And he does drop a couple of F-slurs, so... Good job. No, sorry, he doesn't drop the F-slurs. People on Kotaku and Action do, but they're mad that...
Immaterial. They're the same assholes.
He's... Yeah, look, these people are all sad and need jobs. December 17th, 2015, Mark does interview to promote his free speech organization. He's still trying to keep League of Gamers going at this point. And voxelnaut's Twitter comes out and alleges that Mark stole money from voxelnaut. So, that's where that money went from that seed funding. Jan 16th, 2016 on freecatfights.com, they've been filming fights with a Red Dragon camera. Now that's interesting. Are these the same Red Dragon cameras that Red 5 had in their studio? I raised this earlier in the video. They had 3 Red Dragon cameras in their possession worth $50,000 each. That's the whole rig. That's not just the brain. The brain's about 20. We have evidence that Mark was in possession of Red accessories at his personal lockup in California after he had left Red 5. Are they the cameras? Did he abscond with them, or did he purchase them with some of his pilfered MEK Entertainment money? I'm not alleging anything specific here, I am asking questions. What is fascinating is that he had access to the same cameras that Red did after he left Red 5. Remember that tax fraud discussion? It's at this point that Mark is hit with a lien for $265,133.88 for unpaid tax from the years 2011, 2012, and 2013. Excuse me for messing up the 2013 to 2015 on this slide, I'm not going to fix it. May 2nd, 2016, Debbie Chan posts on Twitter looking for models, promises good conditions and a full makeup and hair crew.
Debbie Chan.
May 25th, 2016, Kern goes to the Firefall subreddit telling people they should kill the game so that he can buy back the IP for cheap, which is kind of sad. To me, it's still an active game at this point, but you're actively trying to kill it so you can buy and get it back because you're mad you got ousted. He can't let it go, can he? May 29th, 2016, he delivers a petition to restore vanilla World of Warcraft to Blizzard. This is kind of his other big claim to fame in modern day. And June 11th, 2016, the legal compliance page for foxyfighter.com lists the mailing address for DB Chan LLC as the same address that Crixa Labs is registered to. I've censored it here, but that is fascinating. You can't deny that DB Chan, Foxy Fighters, that's Mark. It is Mark. June 27th, 2016, Make Ember, a spiritual successor to Firefall, is posted on change.org by Mark. That does hit 4,700 supporters, so Let's make Ember. He has camera equipment. He posts camera equipment to Flickr. Lenses here are a match to the photos shot for Foxy Fighters.
Oof, that's that good shit.
We see
that's
Reddit
that good journalism shit I'm
this
about.
Is all in
Hell
the same location, all shot on the same iPhone. Just the thought. August 29th, 2016, Ember, massive planetary wargame Indiegogo campaign is launched. $5,000 goal, raises $23,000. September 14th, 2016, Ember Milestone 2 campaign is funded on Indiegogo. November 29th, 2016, puts his first adult video on clips for sale. This is his account and it's linked on the Foxy Fighters site. This is him. This is what he is selling. Note, an anonymous user eventually replies, "Is this a Mark Kern product? Deplorable." I want to know who this person was. What did they know? This is in 2017. Someone knew about this 8 years ago? How did they know? Anyway, July 3rd, 2017, MBK Entertainment is formally closed, and July 5th, Ember is funded for $170,000. So that's $114,000 between both Indiegogo and PayPal donations. That's of a $20,000 goal. Grummz promises a playable mock-up in 6 months. Kickstarter for a full game a month or two after that. Anyway, September 13th, 2017, Mark's mum issues a certificate of cancellation for DB-Chan LLC. So, see ya, DB-Chan. Thanks for your service, Mark's mum. And on July 24th, 2018, Ember begins selling upgrades to M3 backers as a limited time offer until the Kickstarter later this year. May 20th, 2018, a child support motion is filed by the state of California. Mark and his wife had been separated for a while. He had referred to her as his ex-wife in the Ember Discord, but they had reconciled at this point, according to another Twitter post from him. But this is obvious proof that they did separate at one point. And do you think the reason she left is because she found out about the adult entertainment gig, or maybe she found out about
how
the
do you
tax
keep
fraud?
something like that secret? Like, honestly,
Just a question. The timing makes sense with her leaving, him trying to go all in on the DB-Chan LLC, much to think about. So, March 1st, 2019, Debbie resurfaces. Like, this is when this was archived, but obviously the post was on January 3rd, 2019. They come back on freecatfights.com and ask if there's a demand for Foxy Fighters to come back. 7th of March 2019, well, Mark admits that his original 3D artist left and he's had to teach himself how to do 3D modeling and build the main character of Ember. He's never made a game this way before, so he's trying to do it all without any outside investors, and at this point you should have realized it's a scam, team. So no one is a full-time employee on Ember. This is a solo project. An MMO is a solo project for him, and come on,
solo
team.
project.
Anyway, 28th of June 2019, Ember first playable is achieved. Gamers. Finally.
Oh no.
20th of August 2019, Foxy Fighter blog
First
is
playable.
offline.
I feel like we should have lingered on the first playable bullshit.
Pretty
a little
simple,
bit
but
more,
this
but
takes him a while. On the 5th of February 2021, Foxy Fighter is back online. Well done. Grummz is kind of wanking around at this point. He claims that he's not working on the game due to family reasons, but he's still just kind of shitposting on Twitter. And on 2nd of August 2021, Debbie releases a story called The Date. So while he's meant to be working on his crowdfunded game, he's actually just written adult literature on the crowdfunder's dime. And this is where that like
adult literature I feel is giving a lot of fucking
1st of December 2021, the Foxy Fighter URL lapses, a domain squatter grabs it for a hot minute. And 2022-2023, Grummz continues to radicalize himself on Twitter.com. The rate of his posting rapidly increases as he tries to make himself one of the big culture warriors, and he's deleted a lot of that stuff now. A lot of his tweets aren't in existence back past 2023, but his rate of tweeting has done nothing but increase even since then. 30th of Jan 2024, Debbie makes her last login on freecatfights.com. God bless.
God.
Foxy Fighter URL, still squatted. 26th of March 2024, Grummz tweets, "Bring back Rumble Roses." This is relevant because that's also Debbie's favorite game.
He fucking talks about Rumble Roses so fucking
25th
much.
of March 2025, we are made aware of the Foxy Fighters connection, and at this point, archival attempt.
Really quick, Rumble Roses, not a good fucking game. Like, Rumble Roses is kind of dog shit, even by the standards. RDY2810, thank you so much for $5. Hope you have a good night and can't wait to see the Brianna Wu video. Oh, fucking me too. Unfortunately, I think I still have at least a month on it. which fucking sucks. But it's. I mean, y'all know me. I take my time. I'm thorough, and I wear that with pride. I'm not going to fucking rush something just because I think it'll do good. I know it's going to do good, and I do need it to do good, but I'm going to make sure that's fucking airtight too. Yeah, DOA. Oh, Extreme Beach Volleyball. The first one beats the shit out of Rumble Roses. Like, here's the thing, chat. I am a certified horny game enjoyer. Okay, I've platinumed, and I did this, by the way, before it was creepy. I was like 17, 18, so I don't think it was as creepy. But I platinumed to like 3 Senran Kagura games back in the day. Again, I don't play those games anymore because it weirds me out now that I'm almost 30. Mark, some things are supposed to stay. When I was grown, it was time for me to put away childish things and such and so forth. However, that being said, I still will play a horny game from time to time. I do not care. But they should be good games first and foremost, which Rumble Roses is not. I'm sorry, it's just not. It's just not. It's just not. Extreme Beach Volleyball is the good Gooner game. The first one. Yeah, the first one. The second one. No, it was 2 that was good. It was what there was one that was basically the PSP one is basically a minigame collection, and then the third one is, or it's Paradise, Dead or Alive, Paradise 3. The one that was like had the PSVR mode, but only released in Japan as dog shit. Fucking terrible. There's a horny game that makes you switch your gender as a mechanic. Ooh. Baldur's Gate 3 is a good Gooner game. No, it's not. It's a lot more. I talk about this. I actually talked about this in the Stellar Blade video that I did a little while ago. Because unlike Mark Kern, I've actually played the fucking thing. Baldur's Gate is a sexy game, but because the characters themselves have sex appeal and they are fully fleshed out. Like, you form like any good RPG where you form relationships with the character, you want to engage them romantically as a character because you come to like their personality, kind of first and foremost. Like, they are very well written characters, as opposed to, and that contrasted that with Stellar Blade, which is just like Eve is a fucking, might as well be a literal blank slate with tits. Yeah, exactly. Like Boxing Cat, BG3 doesn't work as like a horny game because you have to do so much work. You have to do so much work to fuck in that game. And that's assuming the game will even give you the people you want to fuck. Like, it is not like, yes, I'm going, and I say as somebody who tried to romance Astarion and Karlach, and boy, did that not work out for me.
To begin, Twitter user Juniper makes contact with Grummz for an interview request. He says yes. He is drunk at the time. He is drunk posting through it because he's mad that he got ratioed by Assassin's Creed. And when he wakes up the next day, Grummz blocks the hosts of Western Kabuki and begins to delete his past history as Foxy Fighting and Debbie-chan. It's Joba. Never been more Joba. So now what? This wasn't hard to find. We have archived all of it, so I'm going to be very careful with how I phrase the next things. The rest of it's all just been questions and statements of fact. Most of the previous portion, pure fact record. Mark Kern is the owner of Foxy Fighters and has a pattern of consistently ignoring his day job to focus on it. He has a history of mismanaging money. He has potentially committed tax fraud that the California AG will be very interested in. He has consistently lied about progress on his games and has failed to make anything commercially successful since he was a team lead at Blizzard. It is my opinion that these games at Blizzard succeeded despite him rather than because of him. He does not know how to code, he does not know how to texture models, his animations are based on 2 keyframes with 3 other frames of animation. He will always have an excuse for his failure after failure after failure. This man is sad. If you keep funding him or supporting him, you are willingly throwing your weight behind someone who has deceived and defrauded thousands of people while trying to position himself as a savior of gaming. There are people in the Ember Discord who have said they are afraid they are going to die before the game comes out.
God,
this is all for the purposes
bleak.
of lining his pocket and making some really bad pornographic material. And I feel sad for the guys that are about to die. They are just desperate to play this game. They want to play something that reminds them of when life was better. And
do we have a cache of like the stories? Can we read them out?
His only goal right now is to get engagement.
Does anybody
from
have
Elon
the
Musk.
stories? I know they're archived.
Deep throating that man so hard that his throat is going to recognize the veins.
God damn, this fucking...
That's his life now. He's not making a game. He keeps saying a Kickstarter is coming, this is a great year for Ember. It's not. He does not know how to make a game. His one hope is that Daddy Elon notices him and throws a few $1 million at him to hire people who actually know how to make a game. This man is a failed dev, a failed pornographer, a failed husband with a fragile mind, a fragile ego, and a fragile life. That's the timeline. And I'm not going to make value judgments over the rest of it. That's for you to decide. I have laid out the facts as I see them. It is my opinion, and I'm going to crouch this as being my opinion. Mark Kern is a narcissistic loser who has a publicly stated fetish for lolicon navels and a hidden fetish for women catfighting. He has the ear, at least occasionally, of the richest and most powerful man in the world. What he gets out of this video is what he's going to get. People are going to know everything they need to know about him, and they can make decisions from there. Mark runs targeted harassment campaigns against devs that he deems as woke, and he buys his own likes on X.com when he gets ratioed by Assassin's Creed's community manager. He has pilfered and absconded with at least $1.6 million of funding for not one, but 2 failed games, and we have ample evidence that he's also absconded with extremely expensive video equipment to shoot his adult video side hustles. He is nothing if not a sad, lonely man who is desperate to leave a mark, any mark on the world, because he knows his career as a game dev is worth less than a cold turd on a hot dog bun. You now know everything about him. You know his business dealings, his motivations for hustling people out of $1.6 million. He is, in my opinion, a pervert of the highest order who has taken advantage of the goodwill of his fans, taken advantage of their bubbling rage, and he has taken advantage of his own family. And I think more people should know and understand this.
Thank you for following.
Have a nice day.
Thanks to the super soldiers that made this possible. Do we have... All right, chat. Do we have some of the... Let me see if... So over on Western Kabuki, they were the ones who kind of scooped this first. Full arc. Oh. Failed pornographer. Very good. No shot. This guy is so terminally online. He's 2 terminally online people. Who's Domain Dad? Is Domain Dad an actual account? Oh my god, it is. Ryan fucking tagged me in. Ryan. Oh. Oh, you sweet blonde twink, you. Oh. That's good. That's good shit. Dad domain. Common dad domain L. Common dad domain L. Alright, let me see what we can see here. Let's go over to full screen. God damn. Okay. Wikipedia, who is... Damn. Seeking Femme Fight Story. First archive. Latina cat fights. God damn. John Femme Fight. So any posts beyond this point are no longer Grummz/Debbie. It's you/Foxy Fighter. Oh my god. On r/comics to 0 engagements. Not even a downvote. Devastating. Fucking ether, dude. Absolutely devastating. Model Mayhem. Firefall, Debbie Chan. I Am Now Gamergate 2015. Great. Doing chat roleplay on Second Life? Dude, Grummz, how are you going to be at... Look, I do not want to yuck anybody's yum. Very clearly. But, How are you transphobic, but you're out here fucking gooning in Second Life as a woman? That's fucking nuts. A terabyte of catfight. God. A terabyte of catfight art is lost forever. Fucking Library of Alexandria for fucking freaks. That's fucking nuts. Alright, give me 1 second, chat. I have to answer a massage. Foxy, Mech Entertainment, Cryptic, Can You Find the Gray Voxel? Full Makeup and Hair Crew. Ember, Massive Planetary War Game, $23,000. Puts his first porn on Clips for sale. Firefall announces shutdown. I want to see. Child support motion. That's woof. Right, I'm gonna break this box out real quick because I want to see what are we talking here for the storytelling prowess of Mark Kern. Or is that it? It's just The Date by Debbie Chan. Okay, I want to read The Date by Debbie Chan though. Deleted it when exposed. Boo! Last login on freecatfights.com. online catfight game. All right. Sorry, I'm going. Catfight's so bad you have to give them away for free. It's bonkers. Oh, good night, Swamp Frog person. Team lead says he works on drafting the TOS and EULA. Latina catfights. How we doing with the Grummz Terror League? We're doing good. I'm trying to find, I don't know if it's been posted yet or if it's been archived at all, but I'm trying to find the, like, I want to see what his fucking writing looked like on this. Let me see if I can. Somebody's been posting it to Twitter. Final Fantasy IX 25th anniversary. I have a friend. There's a link on the sheet. Before. Where's the, which one? On that sheet. Okay. Which one is the I'm just earliest capture of Foxy Fighters down in 2021. Okay, cool. The drive link. Okay, just open that one. I did read it out earlier. So I guess is there, because all it opens for me is an image, unless am I too stupid to figure this out? Maybe. Who's to say? August 2nd, 2021, press the drive link. Oh, it's a fucking zip. All right, yes. God, I'm an idiot. Never mind. No, well, the link just comes up with a, yeah, the link just comes up with a PNG. Okay, yeah, send it to me on Blue Sky, and I'll be able to. We're gonna chat. We're gonna have a very special night tonight. We're gonna read out some of Mark Kern's goodest stuff. Oh joy. I will, if I can get this, I will do like a fully voice reading of this. TOS and all that. I mean, like, I can read stuff. I can't show. This is for journalistic purposes, chat. If it's anything like truly vile and like anything like that, we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Okay. Let me we're gonna do a dramatic reading of Grummz's erotic works. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, let me. How bad? Debbie Chan compilation. Oh. Oh, it's multiple stories. All the fucking characters have such like shitty, like stereotypical like stripper names. Susie with the like Nikki, schoolgirl. Sorry, I'm going through it. All starts with a kiss. Cat fighting. Carmen Electra's a real person. Is Donna DeErico also? I'm assuming Donna DeErico probably is too. Carmen Electra actually fucking lines up perfectly with Grummz's dumbass like timeline. That's guest stars. Yeah, that's fucking wild. Okay. With her. Okay. This is gonna be. Okay, we're gonna do the Carmen Electra one. This is fucking wild. God. The dude literally writes like breasting boobily shit. That's how they're. Okay. Licking. Slippery when wet. Ugh, God, you suck, dude. This, by the way, again, it's important to note not only how poorly written and embarrassing this is, but how much of a fucking hypocrite Grummz is. Like, the tax fraud, tax evasion, doing all this, siphoning money and resources from his other projects while still not delivering on anything tangible, while still coasting on his one success from now over 20 years ago. All while trying to position himself as some kind of ideological leader in this just absolute flaccid Gamergate 2 movement that he is just he's held on to for dear life for the last shreds of any relevance he may see. Donna was Playmate of the Month in 1995. I rest my case. Early 2000s Gooner. Like, his how many mice are in a mouse? Meese. Andy Dandy's Notebook, thank you for $5. How many mice are in a mouse? I do not know. You'd think someone like him would lay low and try not to make enemies. It's, I feel like it always kind of had to end in a lol cow moment, with him in particular. Yeah, like I want to say, like if you're a writer and you look at this and you go like, well, my writing's about this good. The thing is, you can improve. You can get better, and if you enjoy erotica, there's also nothing wrong with that. The thing here is pointing out what a hypocrite he is, and that he continues to act like he is above things like this. Again, he and a ton of other people constantly try and lob harassment at Alyssa Mercante for doing like sexy shit online. And he's got a secret life doing shit like this? Writing about real people? That's so... Doze Hot Topics, thank you for $2. Grummz more like dumbs. Fucking got him. Let's go. Okay, let's get in this. My eyes have not. Carmen and Donna arrived on the sandy moonlit beach, dressed in their Baywatch swimsuits. Just a. Are we sure he didn't write Ready Player One already? I'm getting a lot of Ready Player One vibes. The ocean pulsed on the shore as the moonlight undulated in ribbons across the water. They walked purposely towards each other, as opposed to accidentally, stopping only to look each other over. As they neared, they began to circle each other. We love the words each other. Carmen with her hands on her hips, Donna tossing her hair back defiantly. No words were needed. Carmen was the new girl on the cast, and her personality was as fiery as the character she played on Baywatch. Haughty and arrogant, she slighted the other girls, not the least of whom was Donna, who had had about enough. They agreed to meet alone after taping for the show to decide the matter in a way that would leave no questions as to who would be the dominant actress. Fighting Hobbit, thank you for 50 bits. Yes, you can see the influences. Kerouac, Steinbeck, Bad Dragon 666 from Reddit. Hey, the Bad Dragon Reddit has some good stuff. Okay, don't be. Let's not say anything we can't take back now. Baywatch swimsuits. Yeah, just evocative with his use of prose. This wasn't supposed to be on screen, was it? It is. Is there other... Yeah, this just seems like fighting mostly. And rake her breasts. Okay. I think some of this stuff should be fine to read, right? Like, it is, we are still in journalistic coverage territory, I feel. The air was cool, and Carmen nipples, and singular, or not possessive at least, and Carmen nipples were erect from the cold, as well as the growing anticipation of finally clashing with Donna. Does that make nipples? I don't. I've been in fights before. I've never had my nipples get hard. Is that his? Never mind. What in the Wattpad is this? Oh, tell me about it. She stepped up to Donna so that her bullet-like breasts pressed into Donna's chest. Donna flipped her a sarcastic smirk and gave her a little shove back with her own orbs. The man, I can't go into this. Like, it just reminds me of the fucking scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin where Steve Carell is trying to describe what breasts feel like because he's never felt them. And they're like, well, what is it? It's like a bag of sand. It's just like, have you ever touched a tit, dude? Like, fucking what? Oh. Carmen and Donna pushed and rubbed their tits against each other in a little game of breast-to-breast sumo. The swishing of their spandex swimsuits as their breasts collided could be heard above the whisper of waves, punctuated by an occasional soft gasping from one girl or another as their hardened nipples found their mark. I'm sorry. I'm gonna fucking cry. I'm gonna fucking cry, man. That's their hardened nipples. Hardened nipples found their mark. Dog, yes, I'm okay. Lady is, oh my god. I'm just picturing him like typing this with one hand, just one fucking keystroke at a time. Hardened nipples. Where's their mark? Mark? Was he talking about himself? Donna could feel herself get excited as they dueled with their breasts. She was already moist. All right, we don't need to go into that. Jesus Christ. This is such a weird fetish. Like, not like domination and stuff, but it's so violent. Laid her red painted nails on the skin of Donna's back, dragging red furrows from her spine to her waist. Donna replied by punching Carmen in the kidneys until Carmen stopped scratching. Like, it just got like fucking Mortal Kombat. This is, you know what? Actually, oh my god. This is like the fucking missing link for all the weirdo dorks who are like, well, Mortal Kombat can have like fucking people's spines being ripped out. Why can't it have all the girls with their fucking tits out like it used to? This is the missing link. It is fucking weirdos like this who get off on sexualized violence. It is not just get off on sexuality or getting off on violence, which is weird in and of itself, but it must combine the two. Wow. This is like an anthropological discovery right now. Yeah, he was glued to his chair. I fucking know what he was glued with, too. Ugh. Leaned forward to whisper something in Carmen's ear. Whatever she said was the wrong thing. Couldn't think of a thing for her to say. Couldn't think of just a thing. Just a one thing. For Carmen's face turned red, and letting out a shriek, she managed to topple Donna into the nearby By the way, it bears repeating. These are the kind of stories that made up the content that Mark Kern wanted to charge people for. This is the kind of stuff that Mark Kern puts out and says, money please. He sat down to write this. Just tip-tapped it out. And leaned back in his little firefall chair and said, yeah, they're going to love this. Oh, man. Okay. Both girls came to their knees as they wrestled for position. Carmen brought her nails to play again. Ripping Donna's suit down the middle. Donna's breasts spilled out from their perch. Why does he talk about... He talks about tits in such a weird way. They're not fucking gargoyles, Mark. From their perch? What? Swimsuits... Their perch. I don't... Okay, ostensibly, he was married at one point, right? Like, we technically have a legal record of that. There are legal records of him needing to pay child support. Did his wife leave because he just didn't know what boobs were? Like, that's wild. Okay, where am I? It's all just the same shit. It's all just like there's no real progression. It's just fucking. Okay, here we go. Scratching, kicking, biting, straddling, grabbing ankles to twist her legs back. Donna rammed her ass into the small of Carmen's back repeatedly, driving her into the sand. I see why he likes Rumble Roses now. Camel clutch, blah, blah, blah. Okay, there I was. Pain and shock from the tit torture as a gleeful Carmen went to work, this time using those nails to rake and scratch her breast. Grabbing blindly, he just like, can you think? No, you know what? I get why he needs to talk about the breasts, but he's already used orbs. He's already used orbs once, so I understand he gotta. Yeah, this is somebody just coming in. What the hell is this? This is Mark Kern, aka Grummz. Erotica that he charged people for, as it's been revealed. We just got done watching a video revealing his secret porn empire that he embezzled and tax frauded his way into. Coppery tit flesh? What is wrong with you, dude? Garth Marenghi writing romance. God, I wish. Tit flesh being one word is like, stop it. Get help. Both girls were now locked in a bruising breast battle. Yelping and fighting back tears, they almost ritualistically abandoned all attacks except for their tit fighting. What? What does that mean? Is it just like them just like, anything went as they tortured each other's sensitive orbs. There's orbs again. There's orbs. Carmen was pulling on Donna's blah, blah, blah. Pendulous assets. A wave of, a wave poured over them. Okay. Type of punishment. Both hands on one of her breasts, squeezing in a vice-like grip. Her tit felt like it was going to burst. Get help, dude. Another titty bitch. Okay, hang on. No, I can't. I have to read that. Carmen put one hand in Donna's hair to steady her and used her free hand to backhand Donna's tits. Donna yelled, and Carmen came back across with another titty bitch slap. The way this is written is like, it's halfway between jerk-off material and a wrestling announcer. And Carmen came back across with another titty bitch slap. Then she balled her fist and sank it deep into Donna's left areola. Donna nearly passed out, but Carmen brought her back to consciousness with another fist, this time sending it into her other wounded breast. Grummz, you're going to hell, dog. You're going to super hell. Just so Carmen's doing Ric Flair child chest chops. Yeah. Does she scream woo? Woo! Oh. There's no dialogue either, by the way. Like the one time Grummz came like really close to doing dialogue, he was like, she said something. I'm willing to bet I'm no, because I've seen dialogue in other ones. I'm like, does he not know how to write dialogue? He might not know how to write dialogue. Anime narrator. By God, the titty bitch slap. Oh my God. Clamp down on Donna, squeezing the air out of the blonde. Donna's cries turned to whimper and then to silence as she finally passed out. Like, who? Like, what do you do? It's just like, it is. It's fucking, we can sit here and laugh at it, right? And there is a level of, you know, again, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum too much, because I don't have a problem with like bondage, domination stuff, like whatever. You want to do it, if everything is consensual, that's fine. But there's a level of this fantasizing, especially coming from a cis straight man, that is just fucking gross. Like, it's just fucking vile to see. Like, somebody just fucking writing about how he gets off, or writing because he gets off to the idea of women being subjugated and tortured and violated and hurt, and not in a sexual context, but not solely in a sexual context. Like there's an element of like getting off to the pain of it that is just so fucking, yeah. And as somebody else is noting, like, these are real people. He's talking about real models and or actresses. Like, that is so, get help, dog. 60 years old. Somewhat sore breasts, leaving the unconscious Donna for the crew to find next morning. Okay. Now, here's the other fascinating part of this. And again, I don't like theorizing too terribly much. But Grummz, everybody's seen pictures of him. Or if you haven't in chat, you probably have online. How do I say this in a charitable way? Very average looking person in terms of like fitness and body type. Like, maybe, you know, there's wiggle room there with people's unique definitions of average, but like not what one would look at as the kind of apex of physical health. He is not morbidly obese, but he does not appear, at least, as though he is going on runs and hitting the gym regularly. Just my observation. Not saying anything else. I'm just making a factual observation. But there is something too, I feel like I think a psychologist could really dig into this, or a psychiatrist could really dig into this more, with his fascination with physically fit, sweaty, like, girls and fighters, and the fact that he also was like role-playing that shit apparently in Second Life, that I find so interesting. Just from a purely like removed perspective. Much in the same way I find like a serial killer interesting. Oh, hello, Cat. Cat is back. Cat is back, everybody. Everybody say hi to Cat. Hello, baby. Oh, is you purring? You purring? Oh, that's the good scratches. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You come to mama for the good scratches. My little babushka. My little babushka. My little babushka. Alright, sorry, I have to take a picture. Cat! Sorry, I have to send a picture to my partner. Hello. Boxing Cat, thank you very much for 5 biddies. Boxing Cat, yeah, thank you for the 5 bits. And I think there's something to that here as we continue going. Debbie Chan compilation, the date. I racked the weights and breathed out slowly. Dude, should I really try and like sex this up? Should I put some zhuzh on it? I had a bartender last night. I went out to get a drink with a friend, and they were out of an ingredient, and they were like, and I had already had a drink, so I was willing to be goofy with the bartender, and they were like, well, I'm out of this juice, but I can zhuzh it up. And I'm like, I looked to my friend, I'm like, she can zhuzh it up, go for it. I like some zhuzh, you like some zhuzh it up. And since then, zhuzh has now, I don't even know how to spell it, but zhuzh has now become part of my lexicon. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, let's do this. My cat, you are so, oh, I just petted her and looked at her, and she just went, meow. I love you. Do you want to say something to the audience? She's just rubbing her face on the microphone. Is it possible to sex this up? Yeah. Somebody says, do it. Just for the cringe. Do a solid Snake voice. I could do Sundowner too. We're going to play Metal Gear Rising in a little bit. God, Sundowner would be fucking dumb with this. Although doing that for so long might actually hurt my voice. I racked the weights and breathed out slowly. I'd been working out more, and I started building up a nice bulk, and women were starting to notice. Oh, buddy. Oh, not self-insert fanfic. No. Boxing Cat SWL, thank you for gifting tier 1 subbies to Kalala Kitty, Manicotti Soldier, Lies on the Internet. Sorry, my cat. Jaina Bledsoe, to be what, 60 and more cringe than a 12-year-old struggling with puberty must be tough. Yeah. And thank you for giving out 2 more, Boxing Cat. I appreciate it, y'all. And Spiro Gal, thank you for subscribing with Prime. I can't do a good Emperor voice outside of Do It and that one scene in The Force Unleashed where he goes, "You will be tortured, and then you will die," which is just, it's such, even when I played it as a teenager, the comedic time, mwah, so good. After a year of the world being locked down, it was good to hit the gym again. Are y'all seeing this right now? Cat's trying to take over my stream. What in the... What? Excuse you? Fucking squeeze me. What a diva. Where do you get this from? It's hereditary. She says, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Come on. Come back down. Come back down on my lap. Oh. Okay. The place was packed with... Let's see, now I got cat hair in my mouth. Messing up my throat vibrations and whatnot. The place was packed with guys like me, and more than a few women who were just as eager to get fit again, go out to restaurants, hit a club, and maybe hook up to relieve some pent-up tension. I glanced up and saw her again, three benches down and working the leg machine. I had spotted her earlier when I had just arrived. Long dark hair tied up in a bun, a slightly exotic look to her features. Persian, maybe? Fucking dog. Ugh. Okay, so Grummz, let me get this fucking right. Grummz. You're fine with DEI when it's jacking off to brown hotties, but not when they're in video games and you can't jack off to them. Is that what you're saying here? See, real ones, such as myself, are fine with both. But Grummz, he's not real like that. This is just a woman he saw at the gym. Here's the thing. Giving Grummz credit that he went to the gym is maybe a step too far. I think this is a fantasy about going to the gym. Honestly, I think that's what we're reading. I think we are reading a fiction about Grummz. With the fantastical element being that he was in a gym. Mr. Malachite, DEI candy is very good. That is a very good. DEI Gooner. Yeah, no, what a fucking traitor. This is like when Nazis find out that they have, somebody in their group has a Latina girlfriend. Many such cases. Effortlessly lifting the weights on the cable. You should try something heavier. Those look too easy for you. I flashed my best smile as I sat on the bench next to her, taking some dumbbells and leaning back to start some reps. Oh God, he thinks mansplaining is like sexy. She looked up, took me in with her eyes. The only way a woman is taking in Grummz with her eyes is if her eyes go really, really wide. I'm sorry. I had to. It was right there. I'm sorry. And then smiled back. Oh, I'm capable of a lot more. I'm just getting warmed up, and I'm anything but easy. Oh, well, you see, I'm all a good challenge. What? No, he forgot 4. I'm all for a good challenge. I'm all for a good challenge. I grunted and did another chest press with the weights, not looking at her, but knowing she was staring at me. I could feel her gaze on me, and I was having fun. I hadn't had the chance to flirt with a beautiful woman in a long time. Still, I'm glad you're taking the time to get warmed up. I'm Jim, by the way. Just the mind boggles at the creative excellence on display from Grummz. Writing a story about a character in a gym, what should be his name? Walter, Scott, Kirby, Alexander. How about Jim for the character in the... just want to point that. Just gonna do that. Vicky again with his fucking names. All of his characters, all of his female characters are, if they're not literal like porn stars or models from the 90s, they're named like that. They're all fucking Susie and Nikki and Vicky and like does he have one named like Trixie, Amethyst, Scarlet? Like fucking come on, dude. Oh my God. Vicky and funny. I think I'm all warmed up now. She uncurled her legs and reached over to repin the weights. She made sure I was watching as she jumped it up another 40 pounds. I must have gawked because she smiled. Laying back down to grab the bars, she moaned a little suggestively as she flexed, and the weights began to rise. Every top muscle of her legs was outlined in her tight yoga pants, and her pert, full ass rose up as she managed the weight smoothly. Gross, dude. I tried to think about other things. I didn't want her to see just how easily she had just aroused me. Are you a trainer? You seem to know your... God, just a conversational maverick. Just like this is like Coen Brothers dialogues, just masterful. Are you a trainer? You seem to know your stuff, I managed to say. Teacher, and enjoying my summer off. $5. $5 says that's an insert so he can do a hot for teacher joke. I'm calling it right now. She replied, pulling another rep like it was nothing for her. Damn, she was hot. And she was flirting back pretty hard. This is such... This is such, somebody was talking about, like, again, this is one of the last ones. This is like 2021 this was written. This is one of the last ones that he like wrote. Dude is approaching his 60s at this point. This is like something a 16-year-old would fantasize about. Like, straight up, because it's just like, this guy's like freaking out. Oh, this girl's got such a fine ass, and oh my god, she's talking to me. She's flirting back so hard, I'm gonna pop a boner, dude. I know. Somebody's saying Lennon Cat knows what to do. This is literally what a 14-year-old would write. Yeah, she said, somebody else in chat saying, she said she was a teacher. How is that flirting? Oh my god, how long until he, wait, do we got a countdown to the time he mentions orbs? I decided it was time to move in after this brief conversation. I know her name, she's a teacher, and she hasn't told me to fuck off yet. So he's like, time to move in for the kill, baby. Since you have all that free time, you should consider spending some of it at a nice dinner with someone who appreciates the work you put into yourself. She laughed and paused, ... That's not how that works. Toweling her damp hair and smile. Why is her hair damp? What? Why is her hair so damp she has to... This man has never been in a gym. It's smiling back. Well, that was pretty direct and tempting. She went silent a moment and then sighed. I'm sorry, I can't. You're really sweet, and I enjoyed meeting you, Jim. She got up from the machine and picked up her water bottle and made ready to leave. Have a great workout. See, that's actually written like something Grummz has experienced. Back at the gym. Jim? Hey, Vicky, nice to see you again. How's things? All right, I'm going to switch it up again. I'm going to switch it up to something that might be a little bit more realistic to how Grummz... We're gonna try and skew this, right? Like, first half, let's do like a real how he sees himself situation. Second half, let's kind of, this is going to be like from Vicky's POV, right? Hey Vicky, nice to see you again. How's things? I turned and looked at her. Damn, she was stacked. DD or bigger for sure, and her wide hips filled out her shorts. Every inch of her was sculpted, not massive or bulky, just really well defined from her shoulders down to her arms and along those legs, which looked even more incredible without her yoga pants. Her abs were firm and taut. How was that, chat? How are we feeling? How was that? How are we feeling about the about that Grummz affectation? Just like her orbs. You're the wrist. Morty coated in the best. Somebody says, DD, go into voice acting. If somebody has a role for me, I'll do it. Oh, Vicky is apologizing. Okay. I just wanted to apologize for the other day. No need to apologize, Vicky. I'm not your dinner type, and that's fine. We could just be friends and fellow gym rats. I smiled and reached out to shake her hand. She took it and gave me a warm handshake. Thanks, Jim. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that her voice trailed off and her eyes flickered up to mine. I'd like to explain. Meet me for coffee down the street after you're done. Is this a date? I raised an eyebrow. No, at least not yet. I'm not going to be in dating shape for a while, she said almost hesitantly. This might be a little forward, but you look in great shape to me, I said, puzzled. No, there should be a comma there, dickhead. Yeah, the sound of 2 forefingers poking together. I have so many concerns. Give her the DreamWorks face. Oh, man. She has a weird fetish and thinks he will be scared away. Is that what's going on here? Oh, the self-insert goes hard. I pumped. Okay. Finished up. Local Starbucks. All right, I'm gonna zoom through this. We got a little ways to go. Okay, here we go. Oh, he finds out that she's a. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a self-insert about Grummz, A, going to a gym, B, talking to a woman, and C, that woman is secretly not only a hot foreign lady with an exotic skin tone, but also is in an underground fight ring to fulfill his primary fetish. She's a professional tit slapper. She's into tit combat. She fights on the underground tit punch circuit. Is there an ending where Vicky is trans? If it was a fucking if it was a proper story. MMA? Lots of women do that now. She shook her head. No, not like MMA at all. This pays a lot better and things get either... God damn. This is just not how anybody... As somebody who writes dialogue, this is not how anybody fucking talks. The dialogue is... Oh my god. I'm in the title fight, which means no rules, no holds barred. Even if I win, I'll be pretty messed up. That's why I can't date for a while. What? I likely won't even be able to leave the house. Anyone looking too carefully will think someone beat me, which is true enough, I guess. She smiled as I frowned and took my hand. Don't worry, I dish out more than I get, and I'm going to win. She smiled and took my hand. What the fuck? All right, is this... Oh, this is it! Oh, no! Okay. I was shocked. I sat back in my chair and whistled. I gotta admit, that's a little hard to believe. And you're good at this? And she told the story. I was already getting heated at the thought As she told the story, I was already getting heated at the thought my date to be in some other woman going at it tooth and nail. You can tell where he starts, like... This is fucking wild. You can literally tell, like, the sentence... that the blood starts rushing away from his brain because the writing just goes out the fucking window. As not great as it was to begin with, but like an image of Vicky nude and clawing at some other hot fitness girl popped into my mind, and something was stirring in my jeans. Good enough to have clawed my way to this title match with 10 grand on the line. And I know it's hard to believe, she said, which is why I want to invite you to the fight. Tonight, I know it's not a date, but it's a hell of a show, and you get to know the real side of me, one that I hope you're fine with, because I'd really like that date. Again, they said like 3 fucking sentences to each other the first time they met. Hi, my name is, I do that, I'm a teacher that also does underground prize fights, apparently, and no thanks, I don't want to date you. She let go of my hand and watched my expression, a bemused smile on her face. Seems like you're, oh God, Christ. Seems like you're the one all warmed up now. It was true. I had a raging heart on. I wasn't going to be getting up from this chair anytime soon. Oh my God. What a fucking loser, dude. Should I, is there a dress code? I mumbled, and Vicky laughed lightly at my flustering. No, it's casual. A real beer and chicken wire type of place. What the fuck does that mean? You get his idea of all underground fight clubs from like the third season of Eastbound and Down? Second season? Whichever one's the one where he goes to Mexico and does chicken fighting. Wear whatever you like. I won't be there much myself. I won't be wearing much myself. Vicky asked for my number and texted me the address. See you there. She got up and made sure I had a good view of her backside as she swished out the door. That's just called leaving. That's just called leaving. She got up and made sure I had a good view of her backside. She's not going to walk backwards, dickhead. What? It was the 3rd time I watched her go, and I appreciated the view each and every time. I sat for a long couple of minutes before I was able to stand. I couldn't believe this was happening, and I couldn't wait until tonight. That's it. That's it, chat. That's, as far as we know, that is the end of Grummz's writing career. Cassafelt, thank you very much for 14 months. But yeah, unable to stand, dude. It's so fucking. It's so fucking funny that, like, again, chat. I don't want to give too much information away about my personal life, but having experienced the prominent public indication, right, of being aroused, let me tell you, there are ways you can hide it. There are. For people who have actually had to deal with that in public before, it's not that big of a... I mean, even if it is kind of a big deal, like, it's not that big of a deal. You can... You know. It's fine. You know. Oh, yeah, no, this is... Like, there's no... Again, there's so many things. You can just tell by the way he writes them. The thing that makes a lot of erotica and a lot of porn attractive and hot to people is an element of realism, right? Like, it is the thing that you can see yourself in that fantasy. Even if sometimes it's fucking insane and ridiculous, but it's still, you know, like, that is ultimately why, like, step porn is so popular, because, like, so many kids, so many 18-year-old college-age kids have fucking step relations. I'm not saying it's not gross. I do think it's gross, but it's why it's popular, right? It is a self-insert style fantasy. The problem is those fucking fall apart when it's so obvious that the person has never actually gone through anything remotely close. Yet also, it's not so ridiculous as to be, at least not this one. The fucking Carmen Electra one is like goddamn Dr. Seussian in how fucking bonker bananas that was. I am truly at a loss for Grummz words. Who out there grumsing they orbs. Yeah, characters act in a way that a person might act and it feels engaging. Like, yeah, there is an element of, like, even if you just have two people who are uninhibited and horny, in a porno or in erotica is usually a little bit more involved emotionally. It's usually a lot more, like, dealing with sensory stuff. It's usually because erotica is usually written by women and consumed primarily by women also. Wasn't even a good fight. Concerning. Yeah, very concerning. Cruise control for cool. You have to believe your stepsister is stuck in a washing machine. It is important. Cassafelt VT, as someone who has had erections in the past, I can say with confidence one can hide them. Even if it is a massive, horrifying hogzilla, one can politely hide it. Also, this dude cannot write is very funny. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, if it is prominent enough to be, like, noticed, unless you are literally talking, and I know people like this, unless you are literally talking about, like, 12 inches, you can hide it. Like, you can. Because the second you get up and you, like, just stop thinking about it, if you're not a terminal gooner like Grummz, it'll go away. It's fine. It's fine. Erotica is the horniness within the heart. Poetry. Yeah, also it's a real Shawshank situation where, like, there's in the Shawshank Redemption, he manages to partially escape prison because nobody looks at his shoes to notice that they're different. It's one of those things where they talk about, like, how often do people actually recognize or, like, look at and pay attention to your shoes on a day-to-day basis if they aren't drawing attention. And I think it's a very similar thing. Like, most people are not just looking there. Sorry. Like, they're just not. Stuff it under that waistband. I mean, like, here's the problem with the waistband is peakage, right? Like, how does one say this? Like, sometimes it still wants to look over the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem with the waistband strategy for me. This has been quite a fucking stream. Just really Grummz out here like Kilroy. I want to not imagine that anymore. That's a crazy thing you just said. This is a fanatic. No, this is Grummz, the man in the hat going over the guard. Just tuck 24/7 and take E, simple as. I don't like tucking. I'm not tucking. Fuck no. Tucking is too much work. Hello, dog. Hello, dog. Hello, little snorting dog. I love you. Ow. 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 No, we're making it. The Daily Wire news is really just ain't that big, honestly. Yeah, let's cover that too. And I do want to play. I've been looking forward to. I just didn't expect there to be so much fucking kids department. Let's go. Fucking rest in piss, Bent Key. You fucking rip-off piece of shit. Oh, Cassabelt, you rated me with a party of 29. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I totally didn't see that. So a couple, like, I want to say it was a week or so ago, somebody mentioned, or it was reported that Jeremy Boring was stepping down for a more creative role in Benke. And a lot of people have been putting together certain, like, tea leaves, like Brett Cooper leaving a little while ago. And the more I think about it, the more I actually see Brett Cooper leaving as kind of just seeing the way the wind was blowing and deciding to get out while the getting was good, get out while she still had a good enough reputation she could go on her own and do podcasting or whatever the fuck she's doing. I don't think that that was very obviously not the same with Candace Owens, and especially the fucking crash out she's doing. Like, I don't know. Have y'all seen Candace Owens lately? What she's been fucking talking about? Yeah, unfortunately, I was so looking forward to that Snow White. God. Oh, I wanted it so bad. 6.8 million followers. Oh, no. Fucking, we talked about Brett Cooper. Brett Cooper left, like, months ago. Here we go. It's so weird and lame. We are all still pretending like we don't know who murdered JFK. Like, my whole timeline is feigning shock. It wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. One nation under blackmail indeed. So for those who don't know, I'm going to break that down for you. And you can see, you can go Klan rally in the comments. You can just see for yourself. If you're like, well, what the fuck is she even talking about? The fact that in the JFK files, Israeli intelligence was mentioned twice, basically. I think they mentioned Mossad in the fucking massive pantheon of JFK files that were declassified or whatever the fuck. Tons of other things, like the KGB was also mentioned a shit ton, but that's Candace Owens doesn't want to like call attention to Russia intelligence right now. But if you're wondering, like, the blackmail, what does that mean? Although I do find this funny. We're just waiting for you to announce you were born male. They're fucking transvestigating her. So good. Can Trump be trusted at this point? Here's the response that really like is like, okay, this is how far gone Candace is. What exactly are we supposed to do with the Jews, really? Do we blame all Jews? It's a lot more vague than I was expecting. It brings more questions than answers, really. Should we start a war? I don't want to really go down that rabbit hole. This was their plan all along, to delay it to the point the concerns and angers get watered down and reveal the truth to a bunch of people that weren't there during those times. Who's pretending? I knew it was the Jews long before you started speaking up against them. So, like, that's where Candace is going. If that's where Candace is right now. That's why Candace is not at the Daily Wire. Like, she isn't. I did a whole thing about it. She is an easily led rube, and unfortunately, for whatever fucking reason, dipshits like her. Like, I truly do not get what people. Like, she is so uncharismatic. Whatever. Doesn't matter. That's a whole thing. However, then it was announced that I guess Daily Wire is going through some restructuring and possibly filing for bankruptcy. So you'll remember in 2023, the Daily Wire announced Bent Key, a kids program that I did a whole video with friend of the channel, Savvy Writes Books, where we both looked at a bunch of the content from Bent Key. Go check that video out on the channel. That video did not get enough love. Savvy and I suffered through hours and hours of awful conservative kids content. We watched all of Chip Chilla for you. So go look at that video on the channel. Bent Key was, in the kindest way I can say possible, a fucking ripoff. It was $100, which, first off, I forgot about some of this until I've been like reliving trauma over this. You had to pay $100. It was only available as an annual fee, probably because if they offered monthly fees, parents would have canceled it right fucking away. Because they offered, it was like, oh, this is going to be a kid-friendly alternative to Netflix and HBO and all these things that are served. They're trying to make your kids gay, and so we're going to be conservative and push good conservative values. And all it was licensed content, sometimes content literally licensed directly from fucking YouTube channels. Like, they had videos that were also on YouTube channels. But it was just like a content licensing deal. And they had like one, Chip Chilla was like the big exclusive show, and they had like a kids fitness show that was also exclusive that looked like it was made with a fucking $1.50. And then they actually had some other, like, so a majority of the content on Bent Key was completely apolitical because it was just licensed kid shows that hadn't been picked up by any other network. Like, so it was, like fucking, and kid shows, I mean like baby shows, like for kids learning their ABCs and shit, which also was a big problem with the platform, is that it had no, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that like they don't fucking respect kids or their intelligence or the entertainment they consume, but they had no variety either. It was all shit that was like Sesame Street level, which is fine. And some of the stuff, Have a Good Day with Mabel McClay was a really good show, actually, for like small kids. But yeah. Yeah, Danger Days. My mom paid for Daily Wire Plus, and now she can't cancel the yearly payment. Fucking tell me about it. So did I. I paid for Daily Wire Plus partially to give a login to some YouTube friends who wanted to use it for other content, and partially for Bent Key shit. And I had to call multiple times because I would call and try and get it canceled, and I would talk to somebody. They'd be like, yes, this won't. I would confirm. I'd be like, is it going to be on my fucking next bill? And it would be on my bill. And I had to call. And I had to cancel. McCansell, they also had stuff like clangers from the UK. For some reason, the animated G.I. Joe. What? See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it was such a bad... It was like the epitome of bad, like, conservative media investment, offering a alternative to things that everybody uses, but the alternative is something nobody wants, or at least that they can't already get elsewhere. Chipchilla, perfect fucking example of this. It's like, what parent would pay $100 for the exclusivity of Chip fucking Chilla when you can go watch Bluey? When you can go buy Bluey toys and merchandise and all this other shit for your kid who's gonna love Bluey. Like, what? No. Hasbro's G.I. Joe is free on YouTube. That's probably how they got it. Like, they just needed any content at that point. Fighting the Hobbit, thank you for 50 bits. At this point, only time a woman will ever take Grummz in with their eyes is when they're identifying him in a police lineup. Yeah, not the Kids app, but also why watch Bertram when fucking anything else exists? Like it is just shit. Again, it is the problem with all of any project that Jeremy Boring's been in. But like the Daily Wire as a whole is that they have not done anything remotely unique or interesting or original. Like, Bertram is just the fucking reheated leftovers of Fox animated comedies from a decade ago. Lady Ballers is just fucking knockoff of Will Ferrell and Adam Sandler comedies from the early 2000s. Like, there is nothing that actually, outside of the ideology of you buying this, their marketing being like, you buying this, like, this is going to be the most canceled thing. You're going to piss off all the libs and fucking, you're going to sit there and drink liberal tears. That's like, what the fuck? I subbed to say this. The writer of Axe Cop works for the Daily Wire and created Chip Chilla. Also, thank you for subbing. That's fucking... I feel like I did know that, but you're dropping this on me again. That's fucking wild. So, from Breitbart, which, fuck Breitbart, but this is the first time I've seen the kids department mentioned. Conservative news website The Daily Wire has reportedly laid off employees from its kids department days after Daily Wire co-founder Jeremy Boring announced he was stepping down as CEO. So he's still with the company. He's just working as, like, the creative officer, which, like, okay, fucking LMAO. The Daily Wire just laid off its entire kids department, including myself. McCreary claimed, Kevin McCreary, who worked as lead video editor, so I'm free to work if you got anything for me. Will Sommer, shout out to Will, senior reporter with the Bulwark, wrote in a post on X that a Daily Wire spokesman informed him Daily Wire has decided, quote, to streamline and in some cases reduce its workforce, which is legalese business bullshit speak for we can't afford to pay these fucking people. Like Lack2 Hunter 006, thank you for following. As this is a masterclass in some legalese bullshit. As part of our ongoing plan to better align resources with business priorities and growth areas, the Daily Wire has made the decision to streamline and in some cases reduce some of our workforce, the spokesman said, according to Sommer. This decision was based on business needs and operational efficiencies. We are deeply grateful to our impacted employees for their contributions and are providing them with severance and career transition support. Axios reported in 2022 that the Daily Wire was planning to pour a minimum of $100 million into children's entertainment over the course of 3 years. Per the outlet, the Daily Wire invested roughly $100 million to children's entertainment was, quote, in response to Disney's positioning on Florida's parental rights and education bill. The outlet noted that while the Daily Wire started as a conservative media outlet, it has moved into entertainment. In 2022, Boring told the outlet Daily Wire's 12-month revenue hit $100 million for the first time. At the start of the year, an increase from $65 million for the full year in 2020. News comes after Boring revealed he was stepping down to focus on creative projects for the company. Per Daily Wire, Boring co-founded with Robinson, who's taking over as full-time CEO. Christ. I love it. I love it. I wish them nothing but the worst, honestly. That fucking propaganda rag. So here's the we need to go. All right, now we need to revisit getting a Lady Baller saga. God, no. Something that will quite likely become lost media. I need to know. So here's the thing. Brett Cooper, at least at the very least, had a costume. Like, they announced it was filming. Also, fucking bold of Ben Shapiro and Michael Knowles to review a movie when their company announced that it was making their own. So we need to watch this trailer, because they came out swinging. They were like all this fucking bent.
Once upon.
Fucking wild. They had bent key on this shit. They were like bent key with this, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm willing to bet they just popped this on Brett Cooper in between filming for the fucking Pendragon cycle or whatever the fuck. A tale of timeless truth.
Time a prince would come. Once upon a time, but now that time is gone.
More like coming never, bitch. Coming soon. Woo! Nah. Alright, I want to see it, the fucking Pendragon cycle. Because this is the other thing, the other slop that they've been trying to churn. Screen culture. That looks AI. For sure. What is the Pendragon cycle? 11 months. It was 11 months the last, like, fucking wrapping production. A year ago. Bittersweet finish. Everyone told us we couldn't do this. God, he's so fucking embarrassing, dude. He's so fucking embarrassing. I think Brett Cooper is legitimately taller than him, though. Introducing Jeremy's Chocolate. Which turned out to just be fucking, like, dropship relabeled dog shit. The Atlanteans. Do we want to? I don't want to watch any of this shit. I don't care this much. I do need to see it. Like I want to, if there is, all right, I know somewhere out there in the world the Pendragon cycle exists. Right? Oh my god, acquires exclusive film and television rights to Atlas Shrugged. Woo! Okay. For those who don't know, Atlas Shrugged had a infamously fucked film trilogy that came out in the mid-aughts. It was like in the 2010s. Where the first one, like a film trilogy with 3 completely different casts and 3 vastly different budgets. That like the last one came that they took a bath on every one of those fucking things. Ayn Rand wrote Atlas Shrugged. Yeah, longest fuck movie that nobody saw. Are you talking about Megalopolis? Those are very different things. All right, chap. How are we feeling? BioShock better. That movie sucks. Yeah, they kept recasting each movie. Oh, yeah, no, John Galt. That's all fucking Atlas Shrugged. You're so boring. That doesn't fucking surprise me. All right, we are 3 hours in. You know what? Let's go. How are we feeling, chat? We've covered, I think, I unexpectedly covered everything. Let's go. I think we can do a little, like the Pendragon cycle. I have literally nothing about it, like, that I hold against it. Like, Pendragon, like, it means literally nothing to me. Don't have a reason I should dislike it. So, like, no big for me. Ah. There we go. There we go. We got, I want to at least, so I've honestly been looking forward to this all week. Because we're not going to get through it. I was hoping we could finish, because we're at the point where the next boss is going to be Sundowner. I just beat Monsoon, so Sundowner is next, and then, yeah, from there it's a pretty straight shot to the end of the game from what I remember. If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, I heard about the. Oh fuck! I still. Oh goddamn! Can I? Wait, no. There we go. Okay, I can do that. I need to take off the mariachi outfit. It takes up too much fucking. I think the Guyanese kid returns. No, Sunny's part is before Sam, I think. If I'm remembering right. Now I gotta remember how to play. Gimme. Gimme. Oh, come on now. Alright. I think that'll be enough. Yeah, because we go here and then it triggers
The
a thing.
elevators appear to be disabled, which we should have expected, I suppose.
I will access the control unit.
Is that a
Perhaps you can
gyat?
hack an
That is a
elevator
gyat.
and
I
make
think
it
that's a gyat.
operational.
No.
Ooh, splendid idea. By all means, yes. Hmm? It seems the guards are storming the building. Titan, get back to the entrance. Buy me some time to get
come on,
this
I wanna-
elevator operational. You can control them in UGT as well, yes? Give them hell.
Turret sequence, baby. Welcome to fucking Xbox X Brother 360. Fucking air juggling. This game is so fucking dumb. Air juggling with a turret. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Video games, y'all. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. Nice try. Oh, there's a bunch of fucking people. This is certainly an Xbox 360 game.
Try hack for the success. Board the elevator right.
There we go. And we got the arm. Let's go. Right as a Hank Hill ass, you take that back. Oh, fuck. Those are fucking gorilla motherfuckers. Nope, nope, nope. Fuck. What the fuck is going on? Jesus, what? I really hate these enemies. I super do.
Just get in the elevator.
Fuck you, Jesus.
For security purposes, the building is divided into upper and lower halves. The lower area consists of offices and meeting space for staff and visitors, while confidential military projects and technical research are restricted to the upper levels.
So that's where the brains in the server room will be, up top.
Indeed. But that elevator can only access the lower floors. You need to get to the 20th floor and pass the security gate there to reach the upper...
Let me get...
Well,
So,
there we go.
you will need any...
Tablet dying. Christian Garcia, have a good night.
The electrical panels are most likely hidden in the walls. Use your enhanced AR to search for any unusual heat sources inside the walls there.
Do we want to try? Yeah, let's try. Oh, I can't. Alright, fine. Fuck me, I guess.
There should be an electrical panel nearby.
God,
Use your
goddamn
enhanced
stealth in this game.
Inform you. No choice now.
There we go. The box stealth, best stealth. If the stealth like ever fucking did anything in this game. Give me your arm. Give it. Give. Oh, fuck, all raptor fuckers are here. Jesus Christ. I'm definitely off of my mojo right now. I finally got his arm and I cut right through it. Great. Man, look at y'all bitches now. Fucking crawling around and shit. Not even attacking. Gibby. These guys don't even like give it up. What the hell?
Not dead yet.
You're not far off. What's the game plan here, buddy? What are we doing? You gonna fucking Boba Fett me with the rocket launcher on your back? What? This is like how I used to torture stormtroopers in Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, where you could just like take them and lift them up in the air and then have them grab onto other storm. Man, I should play the Force. Chat, should we play the Force Unleashed on stream? Tis but a flesh wound. I'm trying to remember where the fuck. That's alright.
There should be an electrical panel nearby. Use your enhanced AR to locate it. Good. One down, 2 to go. Keep at it, Raiden.
I'm good with whatever. Hell yeah. I really love the This is Sonic game. Oh, this is Sonic Grummz. Okay.
There should be an electrical panel nearby.
Oh my
Use
God,
your
I know.
enhanced AR to locate it. Excellent. Just one more. Keep on coming.
There we go. There we go. The better Jedi Survivor? I don't fucking know about that. I don't fucking know about that. I actually had a documentary in the works for Force Unleashed where I had interviewed like 3 people about it, but it was right before I got started in political stuff. And I had like an interview lined up with Hayden Blackman. Like I got in contact with him, who was the director of the game. And I just never
security gate.
kind of followed through
It
that.
is composed of steel alloy bonded by a high-frequency electrical current. It should unlock once the power has been cut. Yes, that should take care of security. Now, head back to the gate.
Jesus. There we go. Amazing game, 2023 power. Grounded. There we go. Yeah, well, there's still the Japanese garden and stuff together.
Guidance. Shall I activate your pain inhibitors now?
No.
I might...
What's supposed to compared to the average third world child soldier, I can't really complain. Most of them, they're the sort of gorillas your typical patient gets paid to
I
slaughter.
played on 360 back in the day.
But,
This shouldn't be news to you, Doc.
yes, but,
Look,
Fruit Ninja. This game is basically Fruit
they're
Ninja.
pouring in from everywhere. This is crazy.
Oh, this fucking track is great. I forgot about this one. This is a fucking banger of an orchestral track.
Not have to fight every enemy you encounter, right? Try and keep moving.
All right, fine. Let's go, chat.
Nice of them to blow open the door for me, yeah? Idiots. Enemy sighted! Bullseye! Get some!
God, fucking Platinum is so good at playable set pieces. Nobody better. Oh, right, this is a fucking boss. Ah, come on. There we go. we go.
All these sliders in the area.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is a fucking cool. I forgot about this. Oh, let's fucking go, chat. Oh, I fucking forgot about this part.
That's easier for you.
Fucking video games, man. Let's fucking go, chat. Oh, man. What a fucking video game.
Right away is up now, yeah? Almost there. I have just finished analyzing the latest security data. You should...
A garden. Sounds
A
fancy.
Japanese apparent...
All right. Is there something I need?
Not at all. You need... I found a route. I have located...
Great work.
Elementary. Now.
Yeah, this is still gorgeous. I do wish more of the game was like colorful like this, or at least wasn't just like, because that's probably my biggest complaint about the game, is that it is just so many gray ass, brown ass environments. Nope. Whoa. It's very 2009. This game came out in 2013. What are you talking about? Come here. Come on. What? Oh, fucker. Come on, Ride. Oh, there you are. Fault of the current market at the time being, yeah. Going a few hours. Daily Wire dead yet? No, unfortunately not. That little fucking grave crawler is gonna be popping back. Hello, dog. Hello, dog. Dog says hello, everybody. Yeah, you say hello, you nerd. You say hello, you nerd. Hip up, hip up. Go get it. Go get it. I forget where to go. I mean, it's also hard to make a Japanese cherry blossom garden look bad, if we're being real. Oh, that's right.
They found you. The main exit is sealed. I very much doubt you can get through there. The catwalk above you is connected to a corridor meant for transporting materials. You can take that to the elevator.
See, god damn it. Ah. Okay, this is bad business. Bad news bears. Jesus Christ. Here we go. God damn it. Oh, there we go. Did the other ones just disappear? What the fuck happened to them? Jesus. I'm getting my shit rocked here. Camera, you are not helping, buddy. Fuck. Alright, chat, we got him. Never doubted myself for a second, by the way.
All right, follow the catwalk straight ahead to reach the elevator.
Okay, okay, Puffer. Okay, yes, yes. Hello, dog. Hello, dog. Hello, dog.
My apologies.
Okay. Alright, chat, I'm gonna have to actually, like, I guess I have to go because my dog is untenably fucking needy right now. I gotta go see what she wants. But, so we will actually, I think next time we'll do Sundowner. And probably just finish the game, actually. Let's go, who are we gonna raid? Got USA Hole or Naughty Roomba. Let's go say hi to USA Hole. I gotta go eat. I gotta go feed dog. I gotta go do other stuff. Thank you all for a wonderful stream. And I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Yeah, dog has summoned me.